Yo, salute everybody in the building. James Rocha says, first Floyd, now Skyler left. What do you think is happening? I wonder why Skyler left such in a hurry. Like, that was so suspect. Like, I mean, if you're going over there and doing the right thing, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. But the fact is, like, I gotta leave because he's doing dumb shit. He's promoting prostitution pretty much in his yacht parties and stuff like that. I think one of the girls that was like with him as first, was it Better Call Carly and that other girl. She's worked with other content creators, but I know that she had a falling out with one of the guys there. And she was just saying that, she's like, I don't want to be around these dudes that are just chasing whores all day long. But I mean, she was getting paid, so that's why she was like at the yacht parties, but I don't think she was into that shit. Thumbnail is so funny. Four more Americans arrested. I haven't heard about that. Four more Americans arrested in the connection to Floyd situation. No, I haven't heard about that. So Skyler was the biggest Brazil promoter now in Fort Worth. Something is fishy. Yeah. I guess time will tell, guys. Damn, it's hot here. I gotta turn on the fan, man. Shit, man. Yeah, so I want to get into it. Content creators responsible, giving Floyd a platform. So I've seen a lot of videos in the last week. I think the biggest one that was like really good was the one, shout out to Big J. Big J escaped to the Dominican Republic. I don't know, y'all go seeing his video that he released like a few days ago about the situation, but I think it was on point. Really, really accurate, his video. I think he's in Brazil right now, but he used to live in DR. Anyways, he was talking about how all these content creators that have used Floyd as a mascot now are banning him. But let's be real, like he came out on a lot of people's platforms, man. He came out on Razor Ray's platform. Whose platform? Floyd. Floyd had him around him. Like, come on, bro. Like, why would you, as a person, have a subscriber just show up to your doorstep in a foreign country with no money, no clothes, weird as hell? Like, why would you even associate yourself with somebody like that? So my biggest issue with all these guys is like they're running away, but come on, they don't want to take responsibility for him. They created a monster themselves. Obviously, nobody's responsible for somebody's actions, but they did give him a platform. They had him like as a little like a mascot, like Bitchik said, a mascot. You got a lot of guys promoting these countries as sex tourism, and I think the local people are starting to get fed up. I know in Colombia, especially Medellin, a lot of the locals are feeling some type of way. That's why, hence, they're turning some people away at the airport. Who's the guys that promote sex tourism? Jay Rillo is one of them. NYC The Future is another one. International Zoe is one. Floyd Austin Holloman putting the damn camera in a girl's face and telling people to go to Brazil and shit. That's another guy too. Sosua, they closed it down. I wonder why. It was a paradise for such a long time, but just too many dumbasses went over there and just did weirdo shit. The KGBLs of the world, Mari Travels, putting the girls on cameras. And well, to be fair, it doesn't do creep cam, it does a regular camera, but still, right? So we're gonna get into this right now. So who's responsible, man? What do people think? And my personal opinion, if you ask me who's responsible, I think nobody's really responsible for nobody, but they do take a little bit of blame for giving them a platform. And shit. You got Austin Holloman that walked around with Floyd for a long time, for like a year and a half. He went to Europe with him, Brazil, Peru. I think he was in Colombia with him. I was like, now you're saying, oh, he's off, he's weird. I was like, bro, you didn't notice that? Like when I first saw the video of him, and I'm just like, what the hell is he doing with this dude? I don't really watch Austin Holloman videos like that. That was just like one that I saw, but I saw him in person in Brazil last year at the language exchange, but I don't know. I just didn't go up to him because I don't really give a shit about him. I just think the dude's off, man. I don't like him. I think he's fake from what I've seen from him. I mean, you're supposed to be Floyd's friend. I mean, like, I don't know. I just think he just used them. He tried to pass off Kate as a damn girl. But anyways, I forgot to tell everybody, Happy New Year's, guys. I know some people are probably hungover, right? I should have probably saved the life for maybe tomorrow, Friday, right? Would have been better because everybody just done partied out, man. But anyways, Happy New Year's to everybody. But I hope everybody had a Happy New Year. I was working yesterday, unfortunately. I don't really go. I haven't gone out in 7 months. Oh, well, actually, like in the next 6 weeks, thank God. Fine. I think this is the longest I've been back home, like in years, man. I think like 5 years. This is the longest I've been home. But anyways, I'm about to go bounce in a couple of more weeks. I gotta buy a few more things. I gotta buy a cell phone. I bought all my clothes already, man, and just a couple of more things here and there and shit, man. But yeah, man, I just think for me personally, man, when you give somebody like this guy a platform, like Floyd, it's always gonna be a bad. When you give somebody like Jake Rello a platform, it's always gonna be bad. I think guys need to realize, like, I put myself in some of the shoes of some of the veterans, military veterans that are retired in some of these places, or even older guys that are retired. Bro, they hate content creators, man, for sure. They ruin their spots, bro. All the guys that retired in the Philippines and Thailand, Medellin, all these places, man, and all these dumbasses have to come over here and do dumb shit. But you know what? Some of the older guys too that are doing it, it's not just young guys. Like they're just kind of out of touch with reality, man. Like you tell these guys like the way it really is over there, they just don't want to hear it, man. They don't want to hear you be like, nah, they really don't like you like that. Like I got kicked out of a WhatsApp group like a year ago for telling a Colombian group for telling some of the Americans, and they're like white too. It was like all whites. I was the only Mexican in there, I think, or a person of color. But yeah, I was like, yeah, like y'all ain't really that like I love meeting us, like, bro. The people don't like y'all like that. Like y'all over here like doing the mongering shit. Like the locals really don't want to fuck with that shit no more. But anyways, a few hours later, I was kicked out of the group. I saw it and I was like, damn, I really got kicked out of the group. But just the dude that kicked me out is still doing the same shit. Dude's like 53 years old. I saw his story the other day on. I hadn't even talked to him like in a whole year. And I messaged him like, hey, bro, what's up? And shit. He's like, oh, nothing, just in Medellin. And I was like, all right, like, how long are you gonna be there? And he just didn't respond. And I'm just like, and I see his stories like every single day. And I'm like, this dude is just like a loser, bro. Like, he makes good money in his job or whatever, right? But straight up 53-year-old dude, like you look at his shift when you think he's like a 18-year-old college frat kid, bro. And that's what's going on over there in these countries, man. You see like dudes over there just crashing out, man. J Rello and NYC The Future and Floyd ain't the only ones crashing out. They're just like the only ones that are on camera that you see. But you see a lot of guys going over there and doing dumb shit. I saw a video today of some guy like fighting with the police in Cartagena. I don't know, some hooker did some shit to him, dude. And he was fighting. He went up to the girl, pointing his finger at her. It's like, oh, come on, bro. And I saw another video of a guy at the airport, a white gringo American fighting at Medellin airport, like starting destroying shit. And I'm like, bro, is that shit right there that gives us a bad name in these places, bro? Like, it just, dude, like, if you go to Medellin right now, you pretty much have a bad reputation from the moment you land. I think DR is the same. Brazil, not so much. It hasn't gotten there yet, but if they fucked up places like Thailand. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me see. According to black dudes online, white dudes are perfect overseas. Only black men do that. Nah, that's not true. I know a guy that was from Scotland, right? And he punched the guy in the face at Medellin about 2 years ago because like he was with a relationship with a prostitute, something like that. And like I saw the security camera. I guess when he left, the girl started messing around with other guys. But yeah, she's a whore. That's what whores do and shit, dude. And so I saw the security. I guess like he told the guy, "That's my girlfriend," and he punched the guy in the face. And it's like a white dude. Anyways, this guy took his whore girlfriend to go meet his family for Christmas, and then like I don't know what happened. They broke up, and the girl went to go sell her body in Mexico, and he was all pissed off about it. But I was just like, bro, you're like 45 years old, and I don't say nothing, but in my head I'm just thinking like, dude, where the fuck is your wisdom? Like, you think you would get wisdom from some of these guys, and then you're not going to get it from some of these guys. You're just not, man. And so you're just looking at him, it's like, you took your prostitute girlfriend to go meet your family? Man, dude, like, I'm sorry, fool, but if I was his relative, I would just laugh at his face. I really would. And she's like, bro, come on, fool. You could just tell she's a whore just by even looking at her, man. Like, her lips look so... You know what her lips look like? They look like the gremlins and shit from that movie. That shit, yeah, that's what they look like. But salute to Buck, bro. You can jump on if you want, bro. Say your piece. The passport message is what Floyd strayed. They all forgotten to tell men that you still have to put in work and know the code, truly know the culture. Yeah, I agree, man. I think when it comes to these places, bro, it's just not as simple. Like, I think some of these guys make it seem like you show up with a passport, girls are going to throw themselves at you. Like, nah, bro. You got to put in work. You got to try to learn the language. In Brazil, people don't really speak English, man. So it's really rare, and especially rare for you to find really an attractive girl that speaks English, man. I found better luck at the language exchanges. You see a lot of professional women that go over there, and they speak good English, and really good-looking women as well. But other than that, I really don't ever meet a girl in Brazil that speaks English. You do meet some that speak Spanish. Oh, okay. The passport bros always put about work. I don't know, man. I also see BMT backpedaling as well. And so, like I said, when I saw that video with Big J the other day, I just thought it was like, it makes so much sense, guys. You're seeing a guy. Let me see. Let me see. Brazil too, from what I heard. Yeah. No, the passport bros always talk about putting in work. Hmm. This the spectator the spectator guy is a troll who hates on travelers for no reason. Huh. So who are you talking to? Are you talking about me or somebody else? All their content outside of women is about working to get overseas. Huh. I don't know which guys are you talking about, dude, because I haven't seen International Zoe talk about, I know he bought real estate over there, but I haven't seen him give people advice like how to buy property over there in Brazil. And also, who was it? Flyboy, when he had that girl twerking in Medellin in front of Colombian families. That's a bad look. I think one of my subscribers was telling him shit, dude. Uh, and he kind of got mad and she was like, nah. But I was like, bro, you can't. You paying a girl money to like twerk, and there's Colombian families and shit. Bro, this is not Miami, but that's why I say like people from Miami. I used to live in Miami, not for many years, but the way I was when I was there, I definitely saw the fuck shit over there, man. And so yeah, man, I know that. Shout out to the other Black Man Travelers, the other YouTuber, not the BMT one, the other one. He made a live yesterday talking about it. But yeah, dude, passport bros need to control their lust. I don't think it's their lust. I think it's just I think just you just got guys that have passports that 5 years ago didn't have passports and they should have been traveling. Unfortunately, they are traveling. Not Zoe. He's not a passport bro. Neither is Flyboy. Oh, well, they're not passport bros, but they do promote sex tourism in a way, don't they? I mean, they do have videos. The cost of prostitution. Like, bro, that's a bad look, bro. Whenever you have this is what people have to realize. Whenever you have a video and you're talking about the cost of prostitutes in a certain country, people from that country ain't gonna want to see that shit, and it's gonna just go in Colombians have huge accountability as it is, bro. So it doesn't take much for them to point fingers. I'm talking about the guys who claim passport. Those two dudes say they're not passport bros. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know, bro. Salute to Clyde. Salute Clyde. I know that he saw the Miami game yesterday. Oh my god! You know what? They posted the Michael Irvin reaction on one of the FSU IG pages, and all the FSU fans were just talking shit. This is so embarrassing. But you know what? I saw some FSU fans there saying, "I wish our alumni went to our school and supported us." I don't think I've ever seen a FSU alumni on the sidelines. Now that I think about it, have I? No, I haven't, bro. I've never seen Deion Sanders or who else is another alumni that's really good from FSU. Actually, damn, I can't think of the cornerback and shit that's still. I think he's still playing. But anyways, I'm getting off topic and shit. I'm a U fan because I went to that school. But anyways, I'm really happy that they beat Ohio's ass. Is there any Ohio fans? I really don't give a shit about y'all right now. I really don't, because y'all are talking all that shit. I mean, I don't know, my dude. Like, let me be honest, bro. BMT, bro. I think he sells y'all a dream, dude. I really do, bro. I mean, black men ain't that worshipped in fucking DR, bro. They have some serious colorism issues, bro. Serious colorism, bro. I've been there for 10 years, and actually, the last time I went, I saw how they were putting the Haitians in the back of the truck, like same thing that ICE is doing, but like in the truck with bars and like no AC, and they're like in the sun for hours and hours and hours. I seen them like mess with the vendors that sell strawberries, like some straight racist shit. You're talking about a country that spent millions of dollars on a Christopher Columbus monument to have his body in there, even though they really don't have his body in there, just because they worship that dude, bro. They see him as a god. I was talking to an Haitian the other day, and she was just telling me, "Yeah, man, I don't even talk to Dominicans over there because they're so racist." And I was like, "Yeah, they are, man." And shit, they always bring up that, oh, Haiti invaded us, bro. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Spain invaded y'all too. Y'all kissed their ass. So did America. If y'all love your country so much, why do you keep asking Americans for money and shit, dude? We're some patriots. That's why I hate when people say, oh, they're nationalists. Yes, they're nationalists, but only to a certain extent, because when it comes to their money, they're so dependent on asking Americans and shit. So where's the nationalism at, bro? And I do the same thing with the Argentinians. They kiss the British ass, but yet they bitch about the Isla Marininas. Ah, dude. You see, bro, that's the thing about Ulysses. I have no issue calling people on in their hypocrisy, bro. I don't give a F. I don't, bro. Sorry, Buck. But I really like that pick six, bro. Ooh, he took it all the way to the house, bro. Ooh, I almost got my hot dog with mustard on a brand new shirt. And Clyde popped up. That's just funny. Anyways, though, I think man, dude. I know Buck is salty. One of my Ohio friends, I kept calling him all day. He doesn't answer, so he's talking all that shit. You're gonna play against a real team. I was like, bro, y'all play in the Big Ten. Y'all don't have no real competition, bro. Like y'all play against a bunch of sorry ass teams. We thought maybe UT was a good school, and then Michigan's not that good. Like y'all didn't play any good high ranked teams this season. And then when you did finally play Indiana, you got your ass stomped, and you played Miami with a great defense and a great offensive line. You got your ass beat too. Anyways, though, my bad. I'm getting off topic though. But what was that? Yeah, so I remember BMT took a picture with a Dominican girl like a year ago, and he talked about like, oh, you could find love here, bro. Hell no, bro. Hell no, bro. Hell no, bro. I was like, dude, Colombia is still a great place. I'm not telling people not to go, but I'm just saying when it comes to DR, like I think DR is very super racist. Like Colombia is very liberal. They're very liberal to like dating like whatever other races. But Dominican Republic is just a safe face, bro. Like it's super fake, bro. They really don't like people of color over there, man. They don't even like other damn Latinos, man. Like you see like a Puerto Rican married Dominican girl, like they get divorced within a year, bro. They don't even like other Caribbean people and shit, man. Yeah, Colombia does some racist stuff, but I'm just saying in general, like I think Dominican Republic is super racist when it comes to black people, bro. I seen it with my two eyes, bro, many times. And shit, the only reason why they put up with Americans is because they have the US dollar. And shit, you never see Dominicans with Haitians on the island for a reason, holding hands. Like you never see none of that shit, bro. It's rare. You'll see it in Brazil, you'll see it in Colombia, and many other countries in Latin America. I'm not saying the other countries are like super open to it, but I'm just saying like it's not like I kind of feel like it's a little bit more realer than DR, man. And I think as a platform as big as he would never tell you the truth. He'd never be like, oh, they really don't give a shit about us because they don't. And shit, they don't. They don't even care about their own damn kids, bro. They're horrible single mothers, bro. Like I'm seeing the same girls I smashed like 5 years ago on Tinder, still on the fucking DR shit, bro. On DR. What? I'm sorry. I've seen the girls that I hit 5 years ago on Tinder. I'm seeing some of them that are still single mothers or brand new single mothers, like two of them. And I started laughing. I'm like, bro, I hit this girl like 5 years ago and she's still on Tinder, bro. First of all, bro, I don't recommend Tinder like for dating seriously. All those girls, trust me, have been ran through. I'm literally seeing girls from Colombia, DR, and even Brazil that I smashed like a few years ago still on that damn platform, man. So yeah. If you want to smash, yes, but nah, bro. Anything serious. I don't care if they like white men or black men. All I need is one. My experience would always be different than the next person. Oh, I'm the same way, dude. I don't care if they like us Mexicans, but I'm just saying I'm not here selling a dream. That's my point, bro. I'm not here telling people, oh, go to DR, find the love of your life, or take a picture with a Dominican girl, say, oh, yeah, you could find a good girl. Like, nah, I'm not doing none of that shit, bro. But do you, bro? Like I said, I'm doing me. I still fuck around with some Dominican girls. I flew one out this year to Medellin for a whole week, a thick ass one, and I banged her out, bro. And now that I think about it, I'm like, bro, I should have had her on my channel, bro. Like I should have had her and I've done interview. I think I did do like one video when she was cooking a meal, but I'm talking about like, I should have done like more videos with her, like nightlife wise and shit like. But whatever. I'm gonna start doing that when I start traveling again, dude. I have a different opinion on all women than most guys. I'm cool with you. I don't think women love men in general. Maybe they're maybe, I don't know. BMT was selling dreams for his business. That his business of generating revenue. Yeah. So New England Patriots. I am going to Brazil. I'm gonna go see the Bad Bunny concert, and I want to be staying there for like 2 months. I was thinking about going to Colombia afterwards, but I might just go to Argentina and check it out. As much shit as I talk about Argentina, I was like, you know what, bro? Let me just go check it out for like 2 weeks, and then maybe come back to Brazil. I think I might do Colombia maybe towards the end of the year for my birthday, bro. I'm not in a hurry to go back, if I could be honest, especially with all the shit that's going on, man. I wouldn't like, yeah, bro, you should go to Brazil. I didn't go to for Carnival. I'm barely missing. Let me see. I just got back from Brazil. Finally made it to Puerto Alegre. Well, I didn't stay long. For my first impressions, it was cool. Well, definitely. You know what, dude? I'm not a fan of Puerto Alegre. I got my tattoo over there, but I just didn't like it, bro. It's not for me. I like Curitiba a little bit more better, and shit, and then Florianopolis as well. But I don't know, dude. Puerto Alegre, I've been there twice, and it was just like I couldn't wait to get out of there, bro. I just went there for my tattoos. If content creators were serious about giving good advice to find wives, they would direct their subs to second tier cities where they aren't Americanized. Yeah, bro, I agree. I think DR, the whole island is Americanized. Puerto Rico is Americanized as well. Did you watch DC Born Rob? An American was denied entry to Medellin for bringing butt plugs. Nah, there's always something more to it, bro. I think what is like they get flagged by Angel Watch, and so the secondary search is where they get them at, bro. Because they're not just pulling random people from the line. They're asking you certain questions and you look nervous. I know that. Shout out to Razor Rays. I know that he had a guy on his channel, but he had the guy again like recently. He was the night entry in Medellin, and so he was on his podcast, and he had said it himself. He's like, I was nervous. You know, the immigration girl was asking him questions. She was like, "Hey, why you're being nervous?" And they just kicked him out. Like they did like a search of his bags. They didn't find nothing. He couldn't pull up his YouTube channel, even though I don't know why he say he does YouTube. He should have just been like, I'm in here on vacation. But he couldn't pull up his YouTube channel for whatever reason. He got kicked the fuck out of the country and shit, dude. But salute to my best life and point out why I've been watching your videos, bro. Really, I thought it was cool, or at very least worth a repeat visit. Oh, well, I don't know. I've been there twice, bro. Like I said, I didn't like it, bro. I thought the city was very gloomy compared to other cities in Brazil. So, like I said, Curitiba, I think was better for me. I think I got I didn't go out when I was in Porto Alegre, to be fair. So maybe I need to go out. But both times I went, I just got my tattoos and I just stayed like 2 days and I was out of there, man. I didn't stay there very long, dude. But to anybody that goes, I don't recommend Porto Alegre. I think Florianopolis and Curitiba in the south are a lot more better. But Curitiba is always freaking cold and shit, dude. But it wasn't my cup of tea, bro. But how long are you going to be in Brazil for, bro? I know that you're there. I go like in 6 weeks, but I go to Sao Paulo for 2 weeks, and then I go to Rio for like a month. But I want to be doing interviews with some of my friends over there. I got one girl to say yes that speaks English, a Carioca. She's a really nice girl. And then I got one of my friends that visited me from Colombia. She lives in Argentina, so she's going to come through. I'll have her made for like one live as well. She doesn't speak English, which is weird, because most medical students, they speak English from every country in the world. And she's like the first medical student I ever met that doesn't speak English. Every medical student that I met in any country, it doesn't matter where they're from, they always like take English as a second language. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's just being lazy. And then I might have another girl too. Vanessa might come on to on the live a couple of times as well. But it's so hard to get women over there like that speak English and to get them on the channel. Like, I don't know. But I'm going to try my best when I get over there, man. So I have a few. And then I think maybe like when I get to Colombia, it'll be a lot more easier to get women on the channel. But Brazil would definitely be a mission. But I'll try my best, guys. Like I said, if I could get maybe, like I said, just a few interviews over there on the live or whatever, not just on the regular camera. Like I have about a Pocket 3. I think that'll be worth it for y'all. I know that. I'm going to switch my lives to like having like special guests. That's what I want to do. And shit, that's what I'm gonna focus on my platform from now on, man. Like I think it's just like I think I've given the best advice that I can give. And I think from now on I just want to get like advice from like the locals and shit. So I haven't done lives in a long time for that reason. I was like, you know what, I want to just fall back. And the direction that I want to take my channel is having guests. So I think it's just more better. I think it's entertaining to have like a pretty girl face to look at and just, just be joking around as well. So that's where I want to take my channel as well. But where's Buck at? I thought you were going to hop on, Buck. He always hops on and shit. But maybe he's a little bit salty about Ohio losing, bro. But anyways, Indiana won today. They beat the shit out of Bama, man. Ooh, they put a stomping on their ass. And I think Oregon won as well. Oregon put a stomping as well, dude. We'll see it, though. I think I'm not even watching. I don't know who's winning, Georgia or Ole Miss. But I'd rather play Ole Miss than Georgia because Georgia's nice. And shit, dude. Oh, shit, you're back in the U.S. now. My bad, dude, bro. My bad. But it'll be nice to see you over there, bro, going back and shit. Like, this is the longest, like I said, I've been in the States for already 7 months, working my ass off, paying some shit, paying those student loans off and all that shit. So But now that I saved up money and shit, I'll definitely be going back and shit. I'm gonna be going over there like no longer with a budget, man. I've been traveling on the budget for 3 years and like I'm not doing that shit no more. So I'm gonna have the flexibility to be like moving around a lot more faster and shit, dude. How was the south of Brazil? It depends who you ask, man. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Puerto Alegre. Curitiba, for me, I did like a whole month there, but I would never do a month. Like me, I could do maybe like 2 weeks, but I know like I got a lot of attention from the women when I was over there. Like the women are very nice. They're super smart. They're super like, they're white though. That's like the white area of Brazil. They look like Russian girls almost, man. With the blonde hair, blue eyes, super friendly, man. There's one girl that I was hoping to see when I got back. She's super beautiful. I met her through a friend from Curitiba, but she left to the States and now she's living over here in the States. I thought she was gonna just be here for like a month. So I was like, well, maybe I could like, check her out when I go over there. Like, nah, she got her ID and everything. I was pissed. I was like, damn, bro. She was hot as hell, man. And she speaks English too, fool, but that's out the window, bro. And shit, dude. But anyways, let me go back to the topic. Shit. Content creators are responsible. I think the biggest platform was Austin, man. I was like, man, Austin just like, to me, I think it's weird that a 50-year-old man follows this guy. I'm just being honest. Like, I just kind of like me. It's just like, bro, like, it's the other way around. Like, why is it that you're following a 25-year-old guy, man? And shit, oh shit, my bad. Shout out to my best live, bro. Thanks for hopping on, bro. Today's not a crowded night, so you have the floor, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, but we're gonna talk about red beer, bro, and shit, because I know that he was talking shit about Paraguay, and I know he was talking shit about Guadalajara, bro. That's my hometown, but that's my biggest issue, like, bro. Anytime these guys go to a city where you actually have to speak the language, the women got their own bread. They're independent. They come from well-off families. They're not from the barrios. These guys always shit talk these places, bro. Always, bro. Always, man. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I don't know if you saw that whole video I did.
Yeah, I saw it, bro. I saw it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I really truly did try to give him the benefit of the doubt because everybody was like, man, you gotta check out this video, Ryan. Like he came up with some crazy shit at the end. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. But yeah, dude, at the end he got super bitter, and the thing is, it was just such a messed up representation of our women down here, you know. And like, because he was going to one, I don't know if you've been here to Paraguay yet, but it's one very particular place and one very particular kind of girl. And, he was making statements like, oh yeah, they're all pay for play. I'm like, dude, stop it. Like, no, that's not the reality. So.
Yeah, no, I saw your response that you did. I was working out at the gym and I just like listened to the whole thing and I was like, yeah, bro, it's like I agree because like I saw the same thing that he did to JDL. Shout out to QB. And I was just like, I was like, bro, like, what is he talking about, dude? Like, it's like, yeah, I got like ghosted, and I was like, I mean, does it happen? Yes, it's happened to me and shit, but like, you can meet women over there, and you can go out with them, but like, maybe he came off as like, I don't know, dude. Maybe his personality just drew him off. I don't know because I'm not there next to the guy, but I remember when I saw him at the language exchange, he had like the suit, and I'm just like, who the hell fucking brings a suit to a language exchange? You're supposed to be relaxed. You're supposed to be meeting people, talking about different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's kind of just like, I think he just comes off and maybe as aggressive or something. Maybe he scares the girls, but him and Austin Holloman were there and they both left empty-handed. We ended up taking some girls to like another bar, and we're not the best looking dudes, but I'm just saying like we're having fun. We're playing ping pong. I don't know, dude. Maybe they just think like I'm just speculating. I'm not saying this is true, but I think maybe just based on their looks, they think that the women should just flock to them. That's what it seems like from both of those dudes, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, if me as a guy, if I, if I can get weird vibes from you, like, how is the girl gonna react? And I've heard multiple people say now that they've met this Casey dude in person, and he's just kind of off, kind of like Floyd, and maybe he's not doing the same shit like Floyd, but it's just there's some of these guys that you can just tell that I don't know, man. And then on top of that, they'll do these videos, and then they always flee the country after that.
So how long did Red Beard stay in Paraguay for that you know of and shit, dude?
Well, I knew. So yeah, I knew that he was there for like probably half a year or something like that. Um, but I kept it on the DL because he wanted me to, because he was literally seen here in the streets, and somebody told me, and I was like, oh, he's here. So I hit him up on just through IG or whatever. I was like, hey, you want to collab or whatever? Fuck it, we can do that. I wasn't really a big channel or nothing, but but yeah, no, he was like, no, keep it on the down low. I don't want nobody knowing about Paraguay, and like this place is cool. And then later he comes out with that reaction video, like this place sucks. Like there had to been a girl who did him wrong or like burned him or some shit. I don't know. But he just started making those ridiculous statements, and I just because for us, man, it's not a game for us. Like these are the countries we're from,
Yeah.
and that's what really got to me. So like you come here, you do this shit, you make these outrageous statements, and then the thing that pisses me off is like guys are gonna watch this shit, and then some of them might actually believe it. I mean, some of these guys are like kind of like cult followers, so they just take what these guys say for as gospel in some cases, and that shit kind of bothers me. So if I had to come out and do my reaction video and put them on the spot, well, that's what I had to do. So
Hey,
yeah,
bro, but I just say, is Paraguay going to the World Cup?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't think they're playing in Mexico though, bro. Are they? Do they have a game in Mexico? I'm not sure.
Uh, I don't know exactly where, but yeah, against USA is the first.
Oh, you know what? I know Uruguay is playing in Guadalajara. They're playing against Spain, bro. But I got one ticket. I got lucky with the ticket. I bought one for Colombia playing in Guadalajara, but I haven't found out who they're gonna play against. It's like they haven't said. But I got one, and I got my apartment for Mexico City as well. So, but I'm trying to get tickets for. I find out next month if I hit the lottery with the FIFA, and if I could get some tickets, like, so that'll be dope, bro. Like, but hopefully me and QB link up in Mexico City, because they're gonna have, even if we can't see a game, like they're gonna have the fan festival where they have like the big screen TVs like in the central Mexico City and also in Guadalajara Central District. So that's gonna be dope as hell. There's gonna be so many people and shit. And I have bought like a Pocket 3 the other day. I haven't messed with it, bro.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Salute to the panel, man. Salute to the. What's the topic tonight?
Content creators responsible for giving Floyd a platform. But I was telling Paraguay right now, like when I get to the World Cup, I'm definitely gonna do interviews with the locals, bro. I know there's gonna be a lot of Colombians at that game for Guadalajara, so I'm gonna have like the Pocket 3, and then maybe if I have somebody with me or whatever, maybe I could do like some interviews with the damn microphone that I bought as well, bro. So I'm looking for it, but I do need to get like a cameraman for that shit. Or not, I'm gonna just have to just like wing it with the camera with one hand and like whatever, dog. But I don't think people give a shit if the girl looks good or if it's just like a good interview in general. I think it'll fly, right?
Yeah.
But anyways,
No,
what do you think, Buck? About
yeah.
do you think people are like responsible for giving him a platform?
Yeah. So here's the thing with the whole Floyd situation, right? Asta Holland kind of introduced Floyd to Brazil. Actually, there's actually a video of Asta Holland saying he was the one that's responsible for bringing Floyd to Brazil. He took credit for that. You know what I'm saying? So the monster that created Floyd is Asta Holland. You know what I'm saying? It's like Floyd is pretty much at this point he's pretty much cooked. That PDF activity is the worst thing you could ever do as a man, especially in prison. They don't even like that. No matter where you go in the world, once they involved with that PDF activity, it's over. But it's content creators are like they got like you know what I'm saying? It's like it's just they got blood in their hand. They're trying to sell these guys dreams, saying that hey, if you just show up to a country, the girls are gonna be flocking to you and all that. Nope. The only girls that's gonna be flocking to you are the pros. Where the girl, where you have to pay for play. If you actually want girls, you gotta work on yourself. You gotta invest in the language. You gotta do certain things. Get your body right. It's like all those other factors can play into it. You see what I'm saying? It's like getting the girls, but telling guys, hey, if you just show up with a suitcase to a brand new country and you expect to get girls, I mean, that's pretty much selling a dream. You see what I'm saying? And you also need to live there. So you also need to live there. That's one aspect of things. A lot of girls, what they do is like when you go up to these countries, they ask you, "Oh, how long you gonna be out here for?" That is a question she's asking because she wants to take you seriously. If she finds out you're only there for a week, then she's not gonna take you seriously. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors. First, you gotta live there. You gotta learn language. You gotta look, your best. You gotta be in shape. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that's being factored into. But what's up, Drew?
Yo, what up? What up? What's good?
So, what do you think about the topic, Drew? Do you think it's like people are responsible for giving them a platform?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna take you guys a lot deeper than this. So, I was thinking about this a few nights ago, and I thought, looking at Floyd's, I think the channel is like Cop Watch channel, right? And I thought to myself, I was like, man, if you think about it, the whole pandemic, that happened, and the George Floyd incident happened, and it gave rise to channels like Floyd's, the Cop Watch type channel, the auditors with the video cameras. And you think
Yeah,
it
yeah.
certain things didn't happen, like the pandemic. If there's no pandemic, then there's no talk about digital nomads. People are going to work every day, and it really would would remove the whole passport bro um even genre, because everybody, we were all going to work. We weren't working at home. It was just 9 to 5 grinding, go do our 2 weeks of vacation and whatnot, and very very few of us ever got any types of remote work. And then, like I said, if you look at the whole George Floyd incident with the cops and body cams and police, that's what spurred the rise to that. So I was like, man, these events kind of created a monster. It's like, well, this guy felt that he could, he's getting money doing the cop auditing, and then he sees the passport bro content. And he figures like, well, I can do what they do and travel and go to all these different countries. And now we have what we have here in 2026, where this guy is gonna face his consequences, or his alleged consequences. So I always want to say alleged consequences.
Floyd was getting women, including cops. He claimed. I was like, bro, have you seen the women that he was getting, bro? The stud.
Yeah.
Dame mi cash, mi cash.
Me catch me boy, right?
I don't remember that.
Dude,
Me cash. Oh my
yeah.
god, bro. He
Dude,
didn't even
now,
get live, but somebody filmed it. All right, somebody.
now, have you guys seen the chick that created the GoFundMe for him?
What?
Oh,
Oh,
what?
LTTV covered that.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. It's a snow bunny back here that has created a GoFundMe for him.
I heard. Oh yeah. I did. I heard. That was his. She dated Floyd in the states.
Yeah, I don't know. They said that's Jack's sister. So I guess Jack was the guy who handled a lot of Floyd's stuff. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah. That's
I,
his sister.
yeah, that's Jack's sister. ATV was kind of funny as hell because we used Razor's music to her the jazz music to her dancing. Like she's insane herself. Like, man, this is crazy. These people, man, they just keep popping out of the woodworks.
Yeah,
Yo,
go for me
well,
and start at 10000.
yeah, bro, ain't nobody tying their bank account, their account to that. Nobody. And
Oof.
that raises the question to me too, is like maybe she's involved in it, like, well, just go in there and figure out what Floyd's telling them, or what he has already told them, tell them we're gonna take care of them. I'm doing the whole conspiracy stuff, but it's just kind of weird to see somebody like, well, I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna jump out the window and go on this PDF file, or alleged PDF file down in Brazil. Like, what? Are you crazy?
Drew, have you seen that footage? I think we were covering this on another channel. There was a footage where he was in VR and he had a package, FedEx
Yeah, the
package,
box.
the box, yeah.
Yeah,
And so the people were going over there and they stopped it and they saw the zip code and the zip code was somewhere in Ohio. And I'm
Mm.
like, and he said something along the lines where he said, uh, fuck, I forgot the phrase. He said, if somebody finds out something like, because he's very, he wanted to get that package out of there quick, basically.
Mm.
And but the thing is, he was doing a live stream, and it's like people kind of caught it, like where was the box going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah. I didn't pay attention to that clip. I did see it though, but I didn't pay attention
yeah,
to it.
yeah, we were analyzing this in
Mm.
another clip, in another show, and it was just crazy. Why? I mean, why would he say that? It's like, also, let me ask you guys: have you guys ever, when you guys go to this country, have you ever guys shipped a box from there to the states?
No.
No.
And you see, how often do travelers do that? It's like it's very rare because
Yeah.
usually when you have stuff, when you bring stuff, you just put that in your luggage.
Oh, you know what? I have before because now that I think about it, I did buy like some like I bought this big blanket in Morocco. It was almost like a rug or they make these
Mm.
blanket and I sent that back to my mom. So I have done that before. Yeah, I did.
I mean, the only way I can see myself doing something like that is like, let's just say if I find like a art piece
Yeah.
and I don't want to put that in the luggage, I'd rather have that shipped out to my home address. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I
Yeah.
can do that. Um, which makes sense because sometimes it's just certain stuff that won't fit in the luggage. So yeah, well, like I said, I'm just looking forward to more facts to come out. Because somebody was saying that it's holidays, so a lot of people were taking time off for the New Year's and all that. I think by this week and next week, we're probably gonna find out more about the stories and word
Yeah.
on the street is like there's a couple of Americans that's involved in this in connection to the thing.
I'm sure, man. Like I said, when I look at the like Floyd situation, okay, this dude just got out of jail, and all of the guys that are Brazil guy content creators that have ever dealt with him or come in association with him are like, yo, we have not heard from Floyd. Like, we ain't seen no Floyd lives. He hadn't been doing any fundraisers. We knew he got out of jail, but we definitely didn't know he was in Brazil.
Yeah,
So
that was the that Drew. That was the most unusual thing because when Floyd is going on trips, he usually inform his subscribers, right? But
yep.
this trip, he just randomly popped out of Brazil. Just it was a random pop up, quiet, and he just started doing lives.
But even more suspicious is he just got out of jail and now he got a ticket to Brazil. Come
Yeah, that
on,
was just
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was. I think
It
Drew.
was
I'm being
report.
honest.
It was reported that he got an SSI check because he applied for SSI disability. And when he
Oh,
got that, when you apply for that, once you start applying for that, it's you when you get your check, it's kind of a backlog. So all the months you've been waiting for, you get all
Yep.
those months included. Just like when me and Ulysses we apply for our VA disability, we get all those months that we've been waiting for.
back
So
pay.
yeah, the back pay. So he got back pay on that, and someone had mentioned that was something like 18,000.
Oh, wow. So that's how he funded himself going down there then.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm. Oh, now it makes
man.
sense. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And you no need to do a fundraiser, but
Yeah, that makes
wow.
sense. But but the thing it goes back to is the phones. Why
The
why
phones?
why was he buying a phone every country he was going to? Because Austin Holloman said this, and Austin Holloman is the only guy that spent the most time with Floyd out of anybody in the space. He was saying that every country they were going to, he was buying new phone.
I didn't find that suspicious. And the only reason why I didn't find it suspicious is because I've heard people in the travel space say they had a phone that was like a phone they didn't care that somebody stole, you know?
Okay.
And then I heard people say like, well, they may go to a country and they used to change SIMs, and now the iPhones now you can't put a SIM in it. So I think he probably had phones for flexibility. But I didn't find that strange just because, like I said, I heard people say I got a dummy phone. If this one gets stolen, it's whatever it is, it gets stolen.
Yeah. Do you guys think that if Floyd is convicted, is he going to get a lenient sentence because he might be on a spectrum? You think his lawyers can argue for this, saying that hey, this guy is on the spectrum, even
You
though
No,
better have a diagnosis.
nope. He's not going to get lenient sentences at all.
Hell no.
I
He's
mean,
got to get diagnosed too.
Does Brazil
but
even care?
but wait, if he was collecting Social Security for that, he was already diagnosed and they gave him for that, right?
Well,
That's
that's
the
rumored. That's
Okay,
rumored.
yeah. There you go. That's a rumor.
That's
Got it.
rumored. That was one of the people had stated when I was on live. I'm not sure if it was this live or some other live, but somebody had mentioned that he did apply for SSI disability, and this was back pay.
Okay.
Okay.
So somebody in the chat said you think Brazil would extradite him and let the U.S. handle this. My
Nope.
question is,
Nope.
he committed two crimes, right? He committed a U.S. crime, but he also committed a Brazil crime. Can the U.S. be like, hey, since he committed our crime, can you extradite him over here and we can prosecute him?
Nope.
He committed a crime in
Brazil gets.
Brazil.
We don't even know
No,
if
no,
if,
Drew,
if
Drew.
the
He
U.S.
broke
is
a
going to
U.S.
even
law.
prosecute.
He break a U.S. law, Drew.
What do you
Well,
mean?
that's if the U.S. wants to prosecute.
You talking about the PDF
The
law?
PDF is breaking a U.S. If you
Oh, okay,
go,
okay, yeah,
yeah, that's a
yeah.
U.S. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay. No,
he
no.
break a lot because the U.S. can be like, hey, can you extradite him over here? So we're charging him ourselves. It really depends on like how they work this out, you know.
I don't know. Man, there's
No,
a lot of there's
no,
this is going to be one of the most anticipated trials amongst this sector because
no.
people gonna
It's not going
like
to
wait for
happen.
this
Let me tell
Diddy
you why it's
trial.
not going to happen, because you got dudes that done stuff in other places and stuff like that with kids, and they're sitting their asses in those foreign jails. They
Well,
are
you know
not
what?
going. They are not going to extradite him.
Is this passport blueprint?
Yep.
Yeah, because I think we were on the panel a few days ago where I posted remember the two stories, and I think
Yeah.
that guy he got sent back to a jail and he whatever he did in whatever his name was, I forget that he had some PDF stuff going on in Colombia where he was tattooing the kids and stuff like that. And then they sent him back to the States. I think they extradited him back to serve his time. And then, like I said, there's another story earlier this year of a guy who got caught in Florida that was going to Colombia also doing kind of the same stuff. I see Milano in the chat. Salute to Milano.
That's all depending if the U.S. wants to prosecute him.
Yeah.
If the U.S. wants to, because I know the U.S. try not to leave American citizens in jails overseas. They don't want that. But you got to understand, once you in someone else's country, you belong to their jurisdiction.
Yep. I
So the
agree.
country can say no. But if they
Yeah.
work something out diplomatically, and I know the diplomacy geopolitics right now between U.S. and Brazil is not great, but there is a possibility that that can happen. But it's still the fact of the matter is that he broke the law there, and he has to serve his time there.
Do you
Man,
think they're gonna throw the book at him?
no.
We're just gonna have to see how severe it is. That's the thing. We don't know.
Yeah.
All we got is I don't know what the official charge is because I
Yeah.
haven't seen the complaint. I haven't seen the
I
I think
don't.
because
complaint.
he doesn't have lawyer money. That's why he's probably still sitting in jail. I think if he had a good
Yeah.
criminal defense attorney, he would have got made bail already, man.
Well, you got to remember something. We're thinking in terms of U.S.
No, no, but I had
jurisprudence, but
A Brazilian tell me the other day that everybody makes bail and shit, dude. Like, but I don't know. They haven't
Mm.
given him bail because he doesn't have an attorney. I think.
That's another question I had too, because um, you know, everyone has had their conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Just as with the whole P Diddy case, is like there was all of these wild accusations out there, and he could P Diddy, of course, he could speak to his lawyer and say, these are wild, unsubstantiated accusations. There's no proof of that, or they're making this up, and that's one thing I see hurting Floyd is that he's not going to have any type of criminal defense to come out and say to the public, like, listen, my client is saying that this, and the third, and he's claiming innocent. He's not claiming that he's guilty, and we can't wait for our day in court, you know. But the police are actually building the narrative that, hey, he's guilty as hell. So,
What's gonna happen if the girls don't show up to court? Like they can't find the girls.
yeah,
Oh,
I
they're
think
gonna
they're
find
gonna,
them.
yeah,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
find them.
show.
Who knows? Because if those girls they can't get a hold of those girls. It's really honestly just like up to him and the fucking Uber driver word, and that's it.
But
Unless
there's
they
Yeah.
have cameras in the building, but I don't think they might have cameras. They might or they might not. Sao Paulo, like apartments there, they're real strict, bro. Like I'm really surprised. Like the majority of those places, like they ID you and they don't let people go in there unless
No,
like
no, no, no. This happened in Rio.
oh
Yeah.
okay, real.
Yeah, it
This
did.
happened in Rio.
Okay, yeah, I
They
forgot.
caught him in Sao Paulo because he was trying to get out of Brazil.
So my
So
thing
he
is,
flew
if
down
there's no,
he flew down to Sao
yeah, I
Paulo.
got it. But my thing, if there's no like video evidence and it's just like they can't get a hold of the girls, it's honestly gonna be up to the Uber driver, just him. Especially if there's not really like evidence on the cell phones and shit. Like there's no like sex or nothing like that on there. I was like, he could get if he gets even a decent defense lawyer, he could just win that case. I think because
It's
honestly, it's
crazy.
up to the Uber driver and then him. That's it, word of word. So
It's crazy too, just to think that okay, he went to Sao Paulo to escape Rio. Like, bro, why you just run for the border, dude? Like, what you're doing
He-
is diabolical. Like, you should have
yeah,
been
he
in
he took a flight.
Uruguay or something.
He took a flight from there to Sao Paulo, then Sao Paulo to get back to the United States.
Oh, so he's gonna come straight back to the States instead of okay. Yeah, he
Yeah.
should have took a flights directly to either like Uruguay or Colombia or Panama somewhere. Just got out.
his best bet would have been to come here to find out why, but he's not smart.
Mhm.
Um,
But you got to think about it too. I mean, I don't know, how they're saying even in the US they're checking phones. So they would have had to check his phone at the customs coming into the US too, I would think. But that's all random searches in our state. I mean, in our country. So
but there's also allegations though about CP. So like there's like multiple charges for him. So even if
mm,
I don't know, man, he's screwed no matter what, right?
I feel that way. I feel he's really screwed.
Can I ask the panel, like, you guys think like Floyd acted alone in this, or there was like some other
Oh
people
hell
involved?
no. There's a
No.
lot of people involved.
If this was organized, he had help. He couldn't have done
He
this
had
by
help.
himself.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
don't speak the language. Like this is very organized.
But like I said, I don't know what his role was.
They said he
So
was
this
the
is
transporter, right? So they say that his role was that he scheduled the rides and scheduled the kids to go to different locations. But then I guess once they finally did the raid on him, that's when they discovered that he had done
so he was
some
so
SA
he was a
stuff
fall
on
he
camera.
was the fall guy for these stupid ass. I don't know why he even get involved in shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But now it's escalated to, because SA with a serious minor of 6 years old.
I mean, I don't. That's what they're saying for like, I have like this one guy that's in Brazil. He's telling me like he feels like the case is weird because like he said like even murderers get like bail, especially like they didn't catch you on the act. So I think because he doesn't have like money for a defense, he's screwed, bro.
No, he's a flight risk. The problem is
Hmm.
he's a huge flight risk.
Mm.
Yeah. I
Well,
can see that.
I don't know, man.
And
Like,
then on top of that,
they could take his passport away. He wouldn't be able to fly out of the country no more, though.
well,
But
on
he'd have
top
to
of that,
accommodate himself too.
and then on top of that, with his past with interactions with law enforcement, it makes him a little bit more of a risk.
I don't know, bro. You see the
Mm.
case is kind of like they say things. They said it was like a few Americans, and it's like, do you really think Floyd is capable of pulling a network like that? Especially he doesn't even speak Portuguese and getting a hold of kids. Like it's not that easy just to show up to a country. And those people that do work in that industry, like it's very like you watch the interviews of one of those guys that went like undercover for years. He tells you like it's a very secluded club. Like it's people that have a lot of money that pay for that shit. It's not cheap. And so
Mhm.
I just like it seems to me like he might be getting set up. You never know. Like, make an example out of him. He is a dumbass, though.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
A
think there's
smart guy.
probably
So
all
I
types
mean, like,
of
if I was a prosecutor, he'd be like the perfect guy that I would come after. He isn't the most brightest tool in the box.
yeah. And
You know.
also too, you probably think there's a like you said, Ulysses, that this is something big where there's probably a lot of encryptions, passwords, and all types of things to get on the sites and back channels and like I said, there's multiple phones. I want to ask the panel this. I'm gonna ask this as a funny question. So if you Ulysses, have you ever come in contact with Floyd?
No, I've
Okay.
the only person that I seen in person, but I never talked to them, was Austin and Redbeard at the language exchange in Sao Paulo. But I just saw him briefly, and that was it. I didn't communicate.
Okay. So I was about to say because I saw a travel time with Paul video and he was talking about like last time he talked to Floyd and I was like, oh, he talked to Floyd. Okay, well that means that the feds currently have your number, because they're gonna look at the data and see all the numbers,
Yeah,
right?
travel
So I
time
was
with
like,
Bobby. He be going in on them, bro, like really hard, bro. Like, and right
but
now, I know that he's
yeah,
going back and forth with BMT, right?
yeah, yeah.
They're
But
doing like
so
AI videos, right?
so the funny thing is this is like I said if if you see your cell phone and it says Floyd, do you answer that call? Like if you get a call on your phone, everybody has ever
Hell
come in
no, bro.
contact with him, do you answer that call? I wonder if guys got rid of. I wonder if guys got new numbers. Just totally ditched everything.
But he's always done crash shit, bro. Like, there's a video of him. Like, I don't think I have it no more, but like, he was in DR and he told two girls hi, and they didn't respond. He's like, "Well, fuck you." I started cussing him out. I'm just like, "What the hell is wrong with this dude, bro?"
Yeah, he is the crash out legend, man.
Man, he's just man, and everybody give him a platform. I remember I tried getting after him in a Razor Ray's panel, but Razor Ray's was like, "Nah, nah, nah." And I was like, "All right, whatever, dude." Like, at the end of the day, like, he's making all of us Americans look like shit, which is just the honest truth. Like, we gotta police ourselves, man. Like, some of us like to live in these countries or stay in these places for extended period of time, and like nowadays, like, if anybody, I don't know if Mr. Mark is online, but Mark might confirm what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to go out with the professional women in Medellin without proving yourself first, because like we have such a bad reputation in that city. Now
Oh
you can
wow.
go with the body girls. I could pull body girls all day long. They're whores, and they are whores, by the way. I have like all these girls in Colombia that posted their stupid boyfriends for New Year's, and I'm like, bro, I smashed all of them like a few months ago. Like, I didn't even know they had fucking boyfriends. I was like, oh man, these fucking girls are such. If anybody ever tells me they're in a relationship with a Colombiana or Venezuelan, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just laugh. I'm
Yeah.
no.
See, the thing that makes this whole Floyd case kind of odd is, I mean, why would he flee to Sao Paulo to get out of there? One, he just take the fight out of Rio.
That's what makes it strange. Is like,
Oh, you
okay,
think he thought he was being followed in Rio? He would be caught in Rio, so he thought he would be confusing them by going to
Maybe he
Sao
wasn't
Paulo.
even trying to fly out, bro. I don't know. His bags didn't seem like they were packed.
No, no, they said he was trying to fly out. They say they caught him when he was
But they could
scheduled.
say anything though too. Like I said,
There's
like
there's no direct flights from Rio to the U.S. Are there? I think you
yes,
have
there
to.
Yeah,
is. No, there's from
there's a
Miami.
lot.
From
There's a
Miami
lot.
to Rio a lot, many
Yeah.
times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Depends on the airline.
American
Yeah, I know
Airlines.
American does. United has a Sao Paulo.
Well, maybe because he's low on cash or something like that, and he took the cheaper route. I don't know.
Yeah, there has to be like multiple people involved with this. I don't think Floyd acted alone in this. I think this is like some kind of. So some people were saying that this more was he was selling stuff on the dark web to other clients.
mm,
I don't think he's that smart. Fool. He's a dumbass.
Because think about it, he has all those. Why do you think he has all those SD cards? All those SD cards. Just think about what he was doing with those data.
Dude, I
mm.
got shit. If you ever saw my bag, it looks like a fucking hacker bag, bro. Literally. And it's gonna have the same type of stuff he has in there. Mine is like 5 cell phones. I'll probably have 2 or 3, but
Hmm.
I don't really look into that stuff with the stuff. The only thing that's kind of weird is the freaking puppets and shit that he had in there. That's that. I'll be like, unless you
But
whacking
see,
off with that, unless you whacking off with that puppet,
and
I
that's what
don't.
I don't
That's it.
understand.
That's the stuff I'll be like, okay, yeah. But
So
you,
I've
we have
seen
to look at
multiple
what's in those hard drives and stuff like that. What data they pull out. That's where the meat and potatoes is going to be at. What's on the hard
facts.
drives.
And I've seen
Yeah.
multiple angles of them recording them looking through the Floyd's room and looking through his luggage. But why don't we see the recording of them pulling out the puppets? Like I'm like,
Mm.
okay, like okay, here's oh my god, this guy we found puppets. We seen them pulling out his phones and his computers, electronics, but that's what I want them to show. Like, hey, we recorded ourselves. Look at this guy. He's a sick fuck. We found he's got a shiesty and he's got two puppets.
So I
I
was
don't know.
watching something today about the Israelis in Thailand, how they're like kicking them out of a lot of restaurants that have like no Israeli tourists, but it's not because of the Gaza war; it has to do with their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was
Yeah,
looking
I've
at the
been hearing
comments
that about
today.
other.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you guys saw the video where four trainees was chasing this Israeli tourist in
Yeah.
Pattaya. That shit was fucking funny, bro.
Well,
Yeah. There's
I
a
saw the.
like if you go on I think there's this Thai chick who puts out videos about that, and they were just saying how like the Israelis were very rude and their customer service, and also almost like, well, hey, cook me a hamburger. Then you bring them the hamburger, and they may eat half of them, say it wasn't cooked well, and they're just really like their service, their like a sense of entitlement
That's what
has
they're saying in the
is.
comments. The Israelis themselves are like saying that this is not anti-Semitism. It's because like the younger generation of Israelis are just acting like buffoons, like misbehaving and doing dumb shit.
Hmm.
And that's
Yeah,
the
sense
same
of
thing I can say
entitlement.
about what some of the Americans are doing over there in Colombia and also DR, bro. Especially Medellin. I think Medellin is a place where a lot of people are crashing out more than anything. But
What you guys think about Medellin's new policy of them checking, like doing more checks?
Well,
Uh,
see, let me just to jump back on what Ulysses says. Here's the problem: you got a lot of stupid fucking people that shouldn't be traveling because they don't even know where the hell they're going. They calling these places third world countries. These are not. Who the fuck travels and vacations in third world countries? That's like fucking like you going to the fucking desert and just staying there. How is it a third world country where you can go get yourself something to eat? Third world countries, you can't eat fucking food at a bare
Mhm.
minimum. Everybody's starving to death over there. You can't go over to places like, I mean, first of all, Brazil's been the top 10 for the richest country by gross domestic product. That is not a third world country.
Well, it's because words matter and people don't really know their words that they're using. They're just splurting
AKA
out.
they're stupid.
Yeah, they're just flirting out words that, of course, they've heard, like, oh, third world country, third world country. Realistically, like Thailand looks better than some parts of America. I mean,
But 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 see, here's the point. All those countries we talk about, the big five and stuff like that, they're in the top 100 of 200 countries globally that are the richest countries by gross domestic product. Matter of fact, the top 75.
mhm.
They beat out Monaco.
I
Monaco's a
mean,
playground for the rich, bro.
I mean, they don't
think
even
think
use the word third world countries anymore. They use either
the,
emerging markets or developed countries.
Developed
mm,
countries is the same thing. They just replaced third world because it sounds derogatory. Now they use developing countries. So
mhm.
still, it's
But they're
it's
developing faster
insulting.
than us. They're developing faster than us. I mean, look at you. If you think about even a high speed train, United States is we can't even get one really going. You
But
know.
Yeah, but
Singapore was
that's
about well,
Japan.
Singapore was like in the 1960s. It was more of a like it was a third world country. Like they couldn't even do anything. Like
But
it was
pass,
literally, and now it's like one of the most developed places in the world.
but passport blueprint. I mean, China has a high speed rail, and they were considered the third world country in our lifetime. You know. So,
Since when? China's always been
um,
pretty advanced.
no, bro. China was a horrible place back before NAFTA, the whole NAFTA agreement with Bill Clinton. Like they had no industry, they had nothing. They were just like dirt poor. It
I
was
think the
rock
80s they
farmers.
changed their policies though, right? Yeah,
And
they're in
they had the one
communism and
child
name.
policy.
They're actually a capitalist country. They're communism in name only though, bro. They do a lot of capitalist shit though. So yeah.
Well, you got to think that China, Hong Kong was the capitalist part of China, which was maintained by the British for like what 100 years, and then to the British relinquished its power to it. But that wasn't part of the communist part of China. Hong Kong was like that capital of okay, anything you want to do capitalism wise, you can do it in Hong Kong.
I got
But
it.
see, but like I said, you got dumbass travelers that don't even know where the hell they're going.
True.
Seriously.
Yo,
I
I'm
This is
went
about to
to
gonna
sit
just
third
down,
get
world
worse.
fellas.
country. Do you
There's
know
gonna be
where
another
you
Floyd
at?
later on down the road.
Oh,
I could promise you. Give it like a few more months. There's gonna be another dumbass. There'll be another Jay Rello. Like, I mean, look at what happened with Jay Rello and Kenya. Like, who invited them over there? Key and what's that dude named? Or
Kid Greatness.
Kid Greatness, and then Floyd. I mean, I'm sorry, Austin hyped
Austin.
him up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, come over here. And then when he got over there, he crashed out. And they're like, oh, we don't support him. Like, bro, you know what his case was, why he went to prison. You know that dude's like a horrible human being. Like, why would you want that person going to your country?
Clicks, likes, and views.
I don't want him going to Mexico and shit. Hell no, dude. Mexico isn't perfect, but still, dude, like, we have enough dumb shit in Mexico, right? Average income in China is still one of the worst world. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't want none of them coming to fucking Paraguay either. Hell no.
please.
Hell no. But that's good because I feel like people that watch like people like Red Beer and stuff like that, like I don't think they really know women nature because like I don't understand how you could watch this video and be like, oh, he's right about Guadalajara women or he's right about Paraguay or whatever he's going like.
Yeah.
Mm,
No.
They're all
crazy.
clowns, man. And like,
Yo, I'm about to step down, guys. I'll holler at you.
All right, man. Salute.
Peace.
China's hybrid. They have people that are totally saying that's the chop suey nets at every factory.
But yeah, man, it's I think I just don't see Paraguay becoming.
Yeah, a lot of these people just don't know where they're going, and it's just the fact is like if it's not America, then you're a third world country, and it's stupid.
I mean, that's the
Because
thing.
if you
That's
look
what
at it,
people-
there's other countries that you
Yes.
know their economy, well, not just in their economy, their freaking dollar value is much greater than the United States. Like
Yeah.
Jordan, you look at Jordan, it's like Jordan ain't really producing shit, but their dinar is higher than the U.S. dollar.
I mean, look at Qatar. I mean, nobody talks about Qatar, like those Gulf Arab countries that, you know, their currency, especially Kuwait, their currency is very, very higher than us. But nobody talks about. Even the euro is higher than us. People just assume that. That's the thing. Is like it's just people that never been outside the states. It's like when you go to like Europe. I mean, there's certain areas that they're more developed in, and one of those areas is transportation system. In the states, our transportation system sucks. It's a very car based society. You see what I'm saying? It's not very efficient. You know.
yeah. So I got a question for you guys. So, do you think that all the people who donated to Floyd or Jay Rillo, do you think there's going to be any backlash for those people who like contributed literally
Nah,
monetarily?
because they
No,
didn't.
no. Here's the thing. It depends. So, like, let's just say hypothetically, if they were just doing it out in public on the channel and just hey, you're just supporting the channel, or we want you to do this, go over there on the channel. I mean, I don't think nobody on the channel itself is gonna. What they're gonna look at is the people who did something like who did like private requests via Cash Apps. The people who talk to him on the back end.
Did Floyd ever do consultations?
Who?
Floyd?
Nah. Floyd never done a
Are
consultation.
you sure he didn't do consultations? I thought
People
he
in the
did.
chat, did Floyd did consultations? I'm
I
not
don't know.
100% sure. I'm pretty sure. If I'm guessing, he never done it. Chat, what do you guys think? I think
I
that's
could have swore he did consultations. I don't know. That shit.
Yeah, I don't know either.
yeah. You see, somebody in the chat just said that. You see, yeah, I definitely agree with that. His doing it.
Or play Floyd to get advice.
I think I think Floyd was one of
I
the.
know, bro. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you look at Floyd and just, oh, he wears the same shirt like every single day and think that you could get dating advice from him? Like, he literally would go on panels or like on his IG and be like, man, these girls in Chile, they're so busy that if you can't see me in 4 days, I don't want to meet you. I'm like, bro, women have jobs and have responsibilities. They're not gonna drop their shit because of you, man. You bum ass ninja, bro. Like, man, he really went there, bro. He tried. Oh man, that's just fucking hilarious as hell, dog. Like, yeah, bro. I mean, bro, I know that Austin has like, consultations for dating, but I'm like, how am I gonna pay dating advice for a guy that stays in the country for like a month? Like, what dating experience can you possibly get from this dude? And I know like people are gonna be like, well, why are you hating on Floyd and Austin? Like, bro, because they're fucking up places they like to go. And at first I wasn't gonna be calling out YouTubers, but like, you know what, I am gonna call them out, bro. Like, why not? They're dumbasses, bro. People should be pointing the finger at them and telling them, like, bro, we don't want you here and shit, bro. Get the fuck out of here and shit, dude. I'm glad that he's not going to Brazil anymore. I'm glad he's over there in Kenya. Keep his ass over there, bro.
You guys heard that Jack is deleting all the videos?
Who?
Jack, Floyd's moderator. Somebody was saying that he was deleting all his videos.
Nah, I saw his channel the other day.
Jack is a white guy who actually was controlling Floyd's channel. He was.
His videos are still up. I was looking at his channel the other day. I saw all his lives are still up, dude.
Well, if that's true, then I mean that could be used as like deleting evidence, right? At this point,
that could be used against. That could be used against them. But my thing is like, hold on. Go back to that comment. I just want to see him. Go to the guy who hired Floyd to do all the police on it is a convicted sex offender. Oh, yeah. Who's that? Marty Marr. Who's that?
damn, that's wild.
Who is that? Because I think, and what state is he from? What state is city and he's from?
In Nebraska, right, or something like that.
No, not Floyd, but the guy he's talking about on the screen right now.
No, they ain't gonna stop because of you two YouTubers. Y'all worry too much. And shit, no, bro, we should worry about, bro, because look at the reputation that we have in some of these places already, bro. Like, it's just horrible, bro.
Who do you think? 2026. Who do you think is gonna be the next to be locked up abroad?
I don't know. I don't wish nobody get locked up for. I just wish
if you just had to guess, like, I think it's that one dude, Casey Rayburn, because the way he is, it seems like he's promoting that kind of activity. Casey Rayburn.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He got in some shady shit in Colombia. He had to leave for a while. That's why he went to Brazil, I believe, for a minute.
Nobody can ruin your travel.
Can he come back to Colombia, or he's?
I don't know where he is, but you know what was really weird for me is to see his Skyler just got out of Brazil out of nowhere.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's suspicious, right? That he just took off out of nowhere. I was like, but he's a weirdo too and shit, bro. Like, pretty much promoting sex tourism.
I saw the hat he was wearing. the Valencia hat.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
anyways, it's plantation talk. Nobody can ruin travel for you. Like they don't have the power of millions of people to travel every year, bro. You're absolutely right, but at the same time, you have to realize that we do have a reputation. And like, for example, I used to live in Miami, and look at what the city did to stop the dumbasses that are going over there in spring break and Memorial. So a city can shift its policy towards a certain demographics, bro. I lived in Prague, and I saw personally when I was there how the city shifted its policy towards the British because they didn't want the British going over there doing dumb shit. They banned already like pub crawls, or not banned them, but like put them at a certain hour. And now, dudes, I know that the British guys during like their bachelor parties, I don't know why they like to dress as women, but they do like to dress as women and go to Prague and walk around in dresses and short skirts. I seen it. And so they passed laws for them not to be able to do that. So Prague's a perfect example. Now look at what happened in Thailand, what their restaurants are doing. They're banning the Israelis. Look at what the Colombians are doing at the airports, bro. So yes, your travel can get ruined to a certain, even if you're doing the right thing, it's going to just make your travel more uncomfortable than it has to be and shit because of dumbasses, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you and shit. It's not plantation talk. It's reality, bro. I've seen it in Prague. I've seen it in Miami. DR, no, but yeah, I seen it in 2 different cities and shit, dude.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. And like, there has to be a voice against these dudes.
Yeah, bro. Because
You
look,
know?
man, I mean, it happened in Prague, like I said. It happened in damn fucking Miami, and now look at what's going on in Colombia. That's 3 places actually that I know of, and I've never been to Thailand, so I don't know. But I mean, the change. I think they're gonna ruin Vietnam too. Give it a few more years, and Vietnam's gonna be fucking toilet as well, man. And so they're gonna be one guy that's gonna have a camera. Look, these Vietnamese girls are so good looking. Come over here, guys. I don't know his name, but I read somewhere that I think the guy's in Nebraska, an old white guy. I don't know. Anybody that works with Floyd is a weirdo just like him. Just saying, bro. Osborne, Ani, Toomey, Yumi, Urello could be candidates. Bro, I'm surprised Tom Yum is another one. Didn't he pick up he didn't he pick up what's his name? Zoom and then throw him like on a rack of motorcycles or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Tom, yeah, Tom. I just don't think. But here's the thing. A lot of people are not looking into this, but how's the swinger community out there in Latin America? Some people are talking about it. It's a big.
I feel like that's the only thing that's gonna be left for some of these. You know what, bro? Nah, bro. Because you gotta go in shape, bro. Like, let me tell you something. I've been to many swingers in many countries, bro. Like, this is the one time a woman has to do her fantasy. She ain't gonna go for the 300-pound guy. I'm not making fun of overweight people or nothing like that, but this is the one time her husband or her boyfriend gives her an opportunity to do whatever she wants. Trust me, dog. They always go for the guy in shape. They don't. There's a lot of guys that go there and they're out of shape. They're older. They don't get shit. They're just watching the whole night. Guys that are wasting their dollars and shit, because it's expensive, bro. It's not cheap. And so if you think that you're gonna go over there and you have a fucked up haircut like Floyd, and you have, I don't know, dude. Like, oh, you know what? I saw a video of him the other day where he was doing like somebody made like a video of him. He was doing weights, and I think some girl was filming him, and one of the weights fell on his chest, bro. That guy's a crash out dummy. I don't know how that video went into the internet, but if weights ever fall on top of me, bro, that video is not gonna go on the internet, bro. Hell no, bro. But I'm just saying, bro. In Colombia, it's all gringos now, bro. It's locals. You hardly ever see a foreigner, and they're like, when you do, it's like usually an overweight foreigner, like never in shape, always just like 300 pounds. Always some big dudes in there, bro. They don't get nothing. They're just like watching, and the girl just does her own thing. But I don't think the swinger club is that good in Colombia. If you want to do that, probably better just to go in Brazil, maybe. And shit, Mexico is okay. But I kind of don't want to talk about that shit no more because I'm like, man, dude, I don't want dudes going over there and just fucking it up for me and shit, dude. So I'm gonna just say the girls are ugly in there. Don't waste your time, guys. TMI Santiago, they're overweight, they're unattractive. TMI Santiago in Thailand paying a fat boy tax for box. Ugh, that guy's another. Oh my god, bro.
Now let me ask you this, Ulysses. Is like, do you think, for example, some of the things that Medellin have done, based on this whole, sex tourism and all that, do you think like single men will start getting like profile? Like I'm talking about like doing a random checks on, because Medellin is already doing that.
I mean, we've been profiled for the last. I think what started it, bro.
Because now it's like what's gonna happen is because now with this whole Brazil situation.
I don't know about Brazil.
Man, it was a foreign dude. It was a foreign dude that did this.
It's a big now
every single man that comes to Brazil,
no.
A single foreign man, not a Brazilian foreign man, they're gonna look at him differently. He's gonna get like extra or
because people ain't going to Brazil like that, like in Colombia or DR by the thousands. I'm not saying people don't go over there for mongering, they do, but it's not. Brazil's not really known for that, bro. They don't have like dedicated red light districts like they do in Colombia, Thailand, or the Philippines, or even like Sosua and shit, bro. So whenever you have a country that has a certain area that has a red light, you're gonna have a lot of guys that are gonna flock towards it, especially if it's been around for like a long time. I think with Medellin, what changed the mindset wasn't so much the prostitution mongering; it was so much what happened with the DJ in Bogota. I think when the DJ was murdered about 2 years ago, that's when like the shift. They already didn't like us, but they kind of needed that excuse for them to talk shit about us. And so when that happened, and I've said this many times, so I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but like, dude, when that shit happened, bro, like, I feel like a lot of Colombians turned their back on us, bro. And it was just ugly. And I just like, I never like disrespect them because it's their country. But if they ever come to Mexico and they tell me some shit, bro, I'm fucking getting, I'm clapping back. Fool. Like I'm praying that I have meet a Colombian and shit. They tell me something stupid because in their country I have to like take it in, whatever. But I have a message from one of the girls. I actually have her on my YouTube channel. I did an interview with her, the Kalenia, and she's smart. Like she's an educated person. She's not a scrub. She's an architect. She has her own business. She designs houses. She has her own car. She's what somebody should look for. Not a single mom. But towards the end, like I feel like when that DJ was murdered, she kind of like just said some nasty shit about me. Like, well, not about me, but like she was just like, I offered her a trip to Mexico, and she's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then like, when I asked her again a few months later, she's like, oh no, this. And I kind of brought up the DJs, like, yeah, like we tired of Americans. And I'm like, bro, I'm like the first American you met. What are you talking? Colombians it's a long story, but Colombians have accountability issues. They don't like anybody. They don't even like other Colombians from other cities. It's like Colombia's like a country inside other countries, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they got what is this whole thing going on with the whole Paisa versus the
well, that's what I'm saying.
What is that? Like, is that a tribe?
They're very tribal. Rob's not on here, but he'll tell you himself. They're very tribal, and so like I've known that for many years, bro. Like but anyways, like so that Kalenia was just like going off, and I still have her messages on my WhatsApp. I never erased them. I never talked to her ever since that day either, bro. I thought she was a bitch for that. I was like, come on, bro. Like, anyways, though, she was like, yeah, we're tired of Americans coming over here for prostitutions as Colombian women. We're all whores or what. And I'm just like, but at the time, like me, at the time I was like very gullible. Well, I wasn't gullible, but I was more respectful. Now I don't like, somebody said, Julia, she's very beautiful. Yeah, she's on my channel. Yeah, that's the girl I'm talking about. I guess they know who I'm talking about, right? But anyways, I kind of didn't say nothing to her. I just like, I don't like to argue with women, especially arrogant women and shit, dude. But I just, in my head, I was thinking like, bro, like Colombian women are known for selling box all over the world. They're going to Dubai. I seen them in Panama up the ass. I seen them in Mexico apply the comment in front of families. I was like, I could have been an asshole and be like, you think that Mexicans would like seeing that shit? I was like, you think Panamanians like seeing that shit? Costa Ricans, Dominicans, and shit, people from the Emirates like seeing that shit? Absolutely not, bro. And shit, dude. So, man, I kind of like lost it. But at the same time, I hold now as an older man, dude, like I just hold my temper now. I didn't say nothing to this girl. But, she helped me out with the channel. The video got a lot of views and a lot of subscribers. But like, I would never talk to her again because like I could never talk to a person that thinks like that. Like I was the first American that you met. It's pretty much saying like, and she was a victim of a violent crime herself. She got drugged by her best friend. She couldn't even work Uber before she got her career because she was scared of her own people. So I could have been a bitch too and be like, bro, like y'all are the bandidos. Y'all are like, you can't even like work in your own country, but you're saying that we're shit people. But that's just the way that Colombians think. Like when you look at the videos of Americans getting drugged or whatever, look at the comments, bro. And look at the comments when an American gets drugged in Brazil. And go look at what the Brazilians have to say. And there's a day and night difference. Like the Brazilians are very like more compassionate, bro. Like, oh, I hope that he gets justice. This is embarrassing. And the Colombians ain't like that. They're just talking shit constantly. I know that some Americans in the comments are starting to fight back. Like one guy, you know what? One American said some real shit. He's like, Colombians do get excited when Americans get drugged. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. But you know what? Not every American, you know how not every American is a MAGA supporter? Well, not every Colombian's like that, like gets excited. But you do have a certain population of the country that does get happy when Americans they hit rock bottom in their country. It's unfortunate, but it's true though. Dude, like you see it in the comments, bro. An American gets drugged. Go look at the fucking comments, guys, and you come talk to me, call me a liar.
Victim blame. I saw that. And let me guys ask you like the question is like going forward, like how with this whole Trump situation bombing in Venezuela, how is it going to make us for Americans traveling to Latin America? Do we have to be discreet about being American or what in regards to Trump being in office and America getting a bad rep right now?
Well, so at least, I think that South America, there's kind of two parts. There's the northern part and the southern part. They don't give a shit down here, really. And actually, Paraguay is more allied towards the U.S.
Okay.
But other countries, like, up in like Colombia, Venezuela, like it's going to be much more of a thing for them. Maybe Ecuador too. I don't know. But down here, it's just so far away. It's almost like, you know. So I wouldn't say all of South America is going to be affected, but definitely the northern part is going to be way more, standoffish or maybe just not as accepting.
Because Trump is talking about invading Venezuela, and I just don't understand how that is that gonna benefit our relationship in Latin America. Because he's pretty much,
Oh hell no.
he's pretty much the first American president in a long time that pretty much did a strike against a Latin American country in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because Latin America, America never even. It was a long time since we went.
So hey, let me answer this guy right here. He's calling me a pendejo. Mira, cabrón. And shit, dude, they hate the whole rent is high and explaining, bro. No. Colombians, bro, con todo su respeto, ustedes tienen una cultura de echarle la culpa a todo el mundo menos ustedes, hijo de puta. And shit, bro, I know exactly how y'all are, bro. Y'all blame the fucking whole fucking Venezuelans for y'all's crime, bro. And shit, so who knocked down the fucking plane of Bianca? Who killed the 1,000 police officers? Put the bombs in Bogota, bro? If it wasn't for the U.S. Special Forces helping your fucking Colombian police that couldn't do shit, your Pablo Escobar would still be blowing up shit over there, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. I was like, I love Colombian food, but I'm not going to let you come over here and talk shit, bro. I'm really not, bro. I was like, you have a huge accountability issues, bro. Yes, the rent is raising. The rent is raising in every fucking city in the world, you dumbass. Barcelona, Guadalajara, Miami, New York, San Antonio, Houston, LA, bro. This is a world phenomenon, bro. It's not just tied to a specific country. People that run this world, bro, the elites, bro, are super greedy individuals, and they don't want to raise the livable wages, salaries of anybody. Right now, there's protests going really bad right now in Iran because their currency fucking just collapsed, bro. And shit, dude. I was like, nah, bro. I'm not fucking better emotion, nothing, dog. And shit, but you do have accountability issues, bro, in your country, dog. I was like, exploiting the fucking women, bro. Y'all have a culture of Pablo Escobar and Medellin, dog. What you mean exploiting the women, bro? When I did the fucking tour guide shit in Medellin like 6 years ago, the guide herself said Pablo used to pay fucking virgins to have sex with him, bro. And I was thinking to myself, damn, that was like before I knew how y'all really were, bro. I like Colombians, bro, but dude, you have accountability fucking issues, bro. I bet you if I ask you how come you have so much crime, you're going to blame it on the Venezuelans. Go ahead, blame it on the Venezuelans, bro. And of course, if the Americans, by the way, if the mongers do leave Colombia, guys, don't worry. All the paisas, they're going to start going to universities. They're going to go to Harvard. They're going to go to Yale. They're going to become lawyers, politicians, and Colombia is going to be so much better. Oh, no, they're going to be whores, bro. Over half the women in the barrios of Medellin are selling pussy or doing webcamming, bro. You have a narco culture, bro, over there in that city. That's why other cities in Colombia don't fuck with y'all, bro. Sorry if I offended you by telling the truth, but sorry or not sorry, dude. That is it, bro. If you have anything to say, bro, and that's the thing about us Mexicans, and we don't fucking like you, we don't fucking like you, bro. And shit, fool. And we're real motherfuckers, bro. We're not about that fake shit that you see in Colombia. Hola, ¿cómo estás, parcero? And then when you turn around, gringo hijo de puta. And shit, nah, bro. We ain't like that, bro. If we don't fucking like you, we don't fucking like you, bro. You will never see Mexicans blaming the fucking country's problems on Colombians. We could, because y'all don't have we're fucking expediting fucking cocaine in Mexico that killed a lot of Mexicans, bro. The drug wars and all that shit, bro. But we don't never gonna blame Colombians, bro. We're responsible for our own country, bro. Ain't like fucking Colombians that y'all blame the whole fucking world for y'all's problems, dog. I bet you anything y'all blame the Venezuelans. I bet you blame the Venezuelans for your crime, right? Do I believe Venezuelans are committing crime? Absolutely, guys. Hell yeah, they are, bro. But I'm not gonna let no fucking Colombian fucking tell me shit, bro. I speak the fucking truth, dog. Better bitch if tu mamá, cabrón. And shit, dude. Chinga tu puta madre. And shit, give me a minute, bro. Fuck this guy, bro. Anyways, sorry for losing my cool, bro, but man, bro, I'm not gonna let this guy fucking tell me shit, bro. Fuck out of here, bro.
God damn, you went in on him, Paul.
Nah, fuck him, bro. Everything that I said was the truth, bro. Half the fuck, bro. You know what? There's a website right now. You know, we're not gonna say that because I don't want your woman getting fucked up. But there is a website, and you post the girl's picture. It'll tell you if she did webcamming, bro. Do you know half the girls that I know and the bodios came out on that? I'm not judging a woman that does webcamming. You gotta do what you gotta do to feed your family. I'm not judging her, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro. As long as you're not hurting a human being, I don't care, bro. But that is part of y'all's culture, bro. And I did an interview with a Colombian girl, Paisa, like 5 years ago. One of the first interviews I did with a Colombian girl, and a woman from Bogota was passing by me. and she started hearing the questions. I don't know what I was asking her and shit, dude. But she was paisa hijo de puta, like when went to de Colombia. Like she was pretty much saying that the women in Medellin ain't shit. It's like the reason why we have such a bad reputation is because of the women in Medellin. Is that's true. That's why there's a big hatred towards the women in that city, because everybody, when they think about prostitution, they think about the Colombian as a whole, and the women in Colombia as a whole ain't like that, especially in other cities. Now, Medellin is literally a modern day Gomorrah and some more. If God fucking tells any of us in the panel, find 10 good people, you got 1 month, where Medellin is fucked. That city is getting destroyed. I like the city, bro, but it is what it is, bro. It's just the truth. That guy got mad. I don't give a fuck. I booted him out. I never kicked the person out, fool. But I'm not gonna let that motherfucker tell me shit, bro. Nah, bro. And shit, bro. And I'm not here bashing Colombia, by the way, but I'm just saying that's the way it is, bro. We also have bad issues in Mexico. And I may not sound like a hypocrite. We also have a Pablo Escobar culture in fucking Sinaloa and shit. Hence why some Mexicans don't get along with the people from over there. And shit reminds you very similar of Medellin. For even though I've never been to Sinaloa, but I could tell you, if you ask me as a Mexican, who are the women that are the most gold diggers or interested women or that sell box? Sinaloa. And shit, bro. But that's the thing. Like, I could admit it, and I could tell you that fucking people don't like Sinaloa for that reason and shit. Dude. Same way a lot of Colombians don't like Medellin and shit, bro. I think you got to put yourself in the girl's shoes, bro. Women from Colombia are tired of foreigners looking at them as whores, bro, because of the women in Medellin, bro. And shit. So I kind of get what they're paying, that they're coming from, dude. Like, it's just like, fuck, dude. Like, you work your ass off, and like people gringos think that you're this, that you're a whore, because of the women in Medellin, bro. But anyways, this guy, like, coming in here talking shit, bro. Like, I understand he has to defend his country and shit, fool. Like, I get it, fool. But you do got to have a little bit of accountability, bro. You got to be honest and be like, you know what? We do have issues with prostitution. A lot of our women are doing it. A lot of our women, that's why a lot of guys also are bandidos. Bro, almost all the girls, like, you know what, bro? I see this every fucking day. I saw a girl that I know write a fucking long poem about her thug ass bandido and shit, dude. She wrote, "I saw the good side of you." Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's going over here robbing people, probably drugging people, and she over here wrote a poem, "I saw the good side of you." Are you kidding me? That's exactly, bro. That's exactly the same girl that would drug me or drug somebody else and do it because she's in love with this guy. I met a girl that was a defense attorney in the UK in London. And she told me, this is like 5 years ago when I met her. She was retired, bro. And she told me something that always stuck in my head. Like, I was a criminal defense attorney for women. And I could tell you right now that the women that were doing these bad things that I defended, they weren't bad women. They're just doing it to make the guy happy. And so that's another thing that makes Colombia so dangerous, because a lot of the women over there in Medellin that do this shit, bro, are doing it to make their boyfriend happy or whatever and shit, bro. Look at how they killed that Asian American like a year ago. And so you could see the video of the girl that set him up all like with her hands in the face and shit. But I was like, bro, you knew what your dude was going to do, bro. Ulysses hates Paisas. Nah, bro, I don't hate Paisas. I just hate people that don't take accountability, bro. And shit, dude. He said he was fucking Puerto Rican, Mexican. Oh, I don't know. I just kind of went off. I never go off on anybody, dude. But nah, dude, fuck that. I'm not going to let that guy fucking tell me shit, bro. And shit, dude. So whatever, bro. Yuli crashing out. Nah, I'm not crashing out, bro. Americans simp for Colombia just like for women. Yeah, well, there's a lot of guys that simp over there. Even if the young girls don't show up to testify against Floyd, if the Brazilian cops find any kind of child, yeah, he's cooked, bro. Everybody can agree with that. Would anybody here visit Venezuela after, if this stuff dies down? I wouldn't go, unless they have a regime change. But even then, I think Venezuela is going to be super dangerous, bro. All the criminals that are in Colombia are going to go back to Venezuela, bro. Cali has higher quality of women, zero accountability. They think Medellin will continue to prosper without all the tourism money and foreign investments. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Medellin is a beautiful even without the women. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I could go over there and just chill for a while, but the begging gets out of control. He said he was Puerto Rican and Mexican. Ulysses hates Paisas. That Asian American was stupid. Yeah, it is, bro. But yeah, my bad for getting a little bit in and shit, dude. But yeah, dude, I'm not gonna let fucking. I'm not gonna let somebody come on here and tell me some shit, bro. Hell no, bro. Especially when they're not gonna give me super chats. Now, if he would have given me a $5 super chat, he could say whatever he wants, bro. But nah, it's not gonna happen here, bro. Like, I'm not here to like bash any city or any country football. Like that's just the reality of that place, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like, I hate when that's what gets you so mad about some Colombians, dog. Like, they really like go in and they say like Americans are this, Americans are that. Like, they're blaming us for the problems that happen in that city. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, how is it my fault that they're drugging people, that they're extorting Americans? Like, they're playing with Americans' feelings. Well, now, if a guy's stupid enough to give a girl money, then well, that's on him, bro. That happens in every country, but whatever. But let me see. Let me read the comments because I kind of feel bad because of this dude. I'll be all right. I asked the taxi driver if he believes Colombia was supportive of Venezuela. He said no. Tell them you're from Jamaica and Costa Rica. Most Colombians don't know countries outside of South America like that. Let me see. Colombians don't take no accountability. No, they don't, bro. That shit, bro. What we respect about UT, Colombia has a whole culture, no morals. I'm not gonna go ahead and say that. I want to say Medellin does, but the other cities are different. Like Bogota has like a business culture. Cali has a salsa culture. Cartagena has the Caribbean. Every city is different. That's why I've always said like Colombia is just a different countries inside one. But I just don't like the fucking fact that that guy's just coming after me, crashing out. Nah, I'm not crashing out. I'm just not gonna let nobody fucking. Yeah, whatever. Zero accountability. Yeah, bro, zero accountability, bro. But yeah, dude. So, anyways, by the way, like, what was your thoughts about like Redbeard doing that thing on the women? Do you think he was just coming from a place of like rejection, or is he just like used to paying women and he got mad? He went to a city where women like weren't interested in his dollars.
Yeah, well, first about the Colombia stuff, I have no idea. I haven't even been to Colombia, so I can't comment on none of that. But yeah, as far as the Redbeard stuff, I don't know, man. It was just really weird. No matter what happened, at least personally, I don't think it kind of really matters. It was just like his very weird response, and also his conclusion, man. Like I know. So again, I don't know about the Colombia situation, but if you recognize that there are certain areas or places or whatever that are bad in your country, like I would do the same thing. Like if there is certain places here, and I kind of have actually mentioned that, like if see the thing is with the Redbeard stuff is he judged all of our women on some of the girls who just hang out downtown all the time, so that's not an accurate representation. But if there are problematic areas, like me personally, yeah, I wouldn't mind, letting people know the truth about that, But yeah, I don't know. It was just weird, man. And then also just kind of knowing his past too, and also he's very much kind of a scam artist. He's claims he's a dating coach and all this shit. And like every anybody who is honestly kind of halfway normal. Like I just asked him, like, would you pay this guy for dating advice or whatever? And everybody who's even halfway normal says hell no. So, I mean, it's just like So if you get normal people who don't really tune in, but they just see one clip or one video on Paraguay, but they just not feeling them. It's like that's what I'm saying too about the whole like. A lot of these guys are creating kind of a cult culture. Like, I think there's kind of a cultish culture to see people crash out, which is why I asked the panel earlier, like, is this going to hopefully maybe stop some people donating to these people who they obviously don't want anything of value. They just literally want to see people crash out like it's a fucking reality show, TV show, But yeah, I don't know, man. And I think now, since all this Floyd shit too went down, I think people are like on edge because they want to see like, okay, well, what's going to happen to Skylar? What's going to happen to Redbeard? What's going to happen to Rello? What's going to happen to all these people? But as far as like actually coming to donate to channels, I think people are really going to stop because they don't want that paper trail back to them, So maybe, and I could be wrong about that, but yeah, I don't know though. But at least me, I don't like the dude. Like, and I try to give the benefit of the doubt to people, but he just came off weird. And people with big platforms, when they start saying shit like that, again, it's one thing to analyze very specific problems or specific places or specific regions or whatever. But then if you paint an entire country in a certain way, that's when you piss people off. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think when like with Guadalajara, for it takes time for like that's the thing. I think like any city that you go to where like the women ain't like they don't have a whorish culture, bro. Like it's gonna take time, bro. Like I think he was there for only 2 weeks and shit, dude. But I don't know, maybe his demeanor was off, bro. Like you said, he was going up to all these girls, but I'm just like, I don't know. I think you gotta do things like the normal way. Maybe go to like some bachata salsa classes, and it takes time, and that's how you could beat like relationships, or you can meet a guy and he could introduce you to girls. Like that's how it is in many countries. Like I told guys right now, you become friends with gay guys in Brazil, you're gonna meet some of the most hottest girls in your life. But guys ain't gonna go that route. Like I don't want to be friends with a gay guy. Well, I'll be fucking friends, brother. Like, too, man. Oof,
Mhm.
I could tell you some stories, man. But anyways, and then I would say in Colombia, the way you would do it in Colombia is by acquaintances. Like I have a homegirl and she brings friends. That's how I've like been meeting most girls like the last 2 years because I don't do Tinder no more. I think dudes ruined it. Like the last Tinder date I had was 2 years ago, and the girl showed me her fucking Tinder, and she was showing me all the Americans offering her money for sex, bro. And when I saw that, I was like, oh fuck that. That's why you guys can't get Tinder dates anymore, bro. Because those dudes and it's so messed up because I think the guys that were asking her shit don't even live there. They're maybe just like thought maybe they would go visit if they could get a yes or something. I don't know. But I remember her specifically showing me that, and I was like, damn, this is why I can't even, because I used to be able to get dates on Tinder in Colombia, but now it's dangerous now. Now it's just like, bro, like dudes are overblown it. Like a lot of guys that don't live there are just on there, they're asking the girls for sex. That's exactly what we have a bad reputation too as well. Because imagine if you're a girl and like you have like 100 Americans in a month asking you for sex for money and shit like that, you're gonna have just a bad reputation. Like I went off on the dude because like, man, dude, I just don't like. He called me a pendejo, and that's like an insult in Spanish, bro. So I'm not gonna let that dude, talk to me like that, bro. I treat everybody with respect and dignity, bro. But I'm not gonna let him come on my platform and say that. And now, if he would have given me a super chat of $5-10, I might have let it go. But like, all right, well, he's donated to the channel, right? But he's not even gonna donate to the channel, and he's gonna talk shit. That's even worse, bro. So, but yeah, you could talk shit to me, but just donate for. I need the super chats. Nah, just kidding. No, I just think he was probably a Colombian though, obviously, because he was saying that we raised the rent. Yes and no in Medellin and Cartagena, but other cities, Americans and foreigners ain't going over there. Americans ain't going to Pereira, Manizales, Cali. There's a lot of cities in Colombia that foreigners ain't going over there. But the two main cities where you see most foreigners, and actually three, I would say Bogota and shit. But really, the other cities is normal, man. And as far as the rent increases, bro, most people that are complaining live in the barrios. They can't even like live there, afford to live in. It's like me complaining about Beverly Hills rent increases. Like I could never afford to live in an apartment in Beverly Hills. It's just too much money for me, man. It's the same thing. You're looking at people that sometimes are living in the hoods in the barrios that make $200 or $300 a month. I'm sorry, they pay maybe $50 a month for rent or something like that, $80, whatever, something like that. And they're complaining about an area where I live at, Stratus 4 or 5, that's like, more expensive. And they're like, I'm like, bro, you can never afford. And not only that, but a lot of these people that complain, they're buying brand new iPhones as well. Like you're looking at the girl that's complaining, she has a brand new iPhone 17 and like, you spend $1,400-$1,500 on that cell phone, but you're going to pay your rent for like a few months. So that's where I have issue with that guy, because he knows how they are. And the fact that he's not being, honest, he could say, what he wants, whatever, like, and call me a beta male, but the beta males is them, dude. Like they're weird. Like they're like the only people in the world that I know that get happy when an American gets drugged, bro. And no, I don't hate Pisces. I just don't like people like that. Just kind of like not every American is a MAGA supporter. Not every Colombian is like, like that. But there are a lot that are like that, That Asian American was stupid. Yeah, he was. But then again, like, it's normal for most people, like especially Europeans are getting got because, they have the culture of like going to like people's houses and drinking and not having to have the guards up and shit. I'm in Bogota right now, bro. How's the weather over there? Super cold, huh? The worst was where there's was talking crap and he got ran out of Colombia. Oh yeah, worst was. You remember him, right?
Where's Wes?
Yeah,
Oh, he did yeah, I remember his story. Yeah, the Asian guy who moved to Poland or something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
Facts.
I didn't know he was really talking crap, or I just kind of heard his
No,
story.
I think when the first year he was in Colombia, he was saying about like how he was doing the same shit everybody else was doing. He got actually a pro pregnant, a prostitute pregnant, even though he says she was webcam. I'm pretty sure she was selling on the side. Well, I don't know. She might have even lied to him because I think he gave her abortion money. She might have even been lying. Knowing how those women are, bro, it probably was just all bullshit.
I
Um,
thought he got married. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
yeah, he
thinking.
got married, but he got divorced, bro. His wife ran her.
Oh,
Ran her. I think he went back to like wanting to smoke weed, and his wife wasn't feeling it, bro. Seeking Travel went to Paraguay twice last year for a month each time. He liked it there. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna look up his channel though. It's dumb. You can't teach attraction or charisma. Yeah, he
yeah.
got some good ideas for presenting themselves for best results, but running backs or philosophies are whack. Let me see.
Yeah, well, and so when at least when gringos come here to Paraguay, it's just so different because Paraguayos really don't mind foreigners. Uh, they don't. It's not like they praise them constantly, but there's so much more animosity in like Colombia, Mexico, because foreigners are just flooding in. And see, what's also not fair too about South America is I got to remind people all the time, right? Because I do consultations, so people ask me all the time, "Hey, I'm a white guy. Hey, I'm a black guy. How am I going to be treated in Paraguay? Like, are they going to blame me for like in case like gentrification happens or something like that, and the prices go up?" I'm like, look, number one, even if you were to combine all Northern Americans going to Paraguay, hell, even throw in Europeans, we're still in like fourth or fifth place. It's like Brazil, Argentina, and then like other Latin American countries, and then like, so we're not even really the problem. And then yeah, and then it's other, and then honestly, if we're gonna be honest too about that stuff, it's the fucking politicians, man. Like
That's
they're
what
the
I was
ones.
saying, bro. That's what I was saying, dude. Like, not trying to
Yeah,
cut you off, bro, but it's everywhere in the world is had. There's now. Do I think Airbnb is responsible for some of it? Yeah, I do. I don't think everybody like should be having an apartment through Airbnb in Barcelona when the locals need somewhere to live. So I think they're already gonna ban it in the next 2 years, or not ban it, but like put down their numbers. But it's happening in Barcelona, Madrid, Mexico City's having issues. Miami's having issues. Cali, that's why people are leaving California and coming to Texas. San Antonio, the prices have gone up over here as well. Um, this is a whole world thing, dude. It's happening in Medellin. And I'm hearing it's happening in Bangkok and Bogota. So this is the thing that's happening in many countries. It's not just one specific group of people. Like I think that guy just wants to like. That's the thing. If a Colombian tells you something, he's always gonna blame you on three things: prostitution, drugs, and high rental prices, bro. They fucking invented a drug called Tutsi themselves, bro. What do you mean, like, oh, man? I try to be cool with everybody, fool. I have like I'm a really calm person, but damn, that guy I think it's been years of building up where I have so many Colombians tell me stuff like this, and I never like said shit to them. And so finally now they're doing it on my platform. Like when I'm in their country or I'm on the WhatsApp and there's a girl telling me, I kind of just like don't say nothing. Whatever. But I never see this girl ever again in my life, so I could give a shit. But whatever, dude.
hmm.
Does Paraguay have the same dangers as Colombia?
No, there's
Oh,
the scopolamine stuff doesn't really exist down here. I have heard from locals that very rarely, like something like that, like a old school spike in the drink has happened, but it's even happened to locals. And but no, it's not really like that. And we're pretty strict on Crime Nation down here, man. And also, we don't have the same geography as like Colombia or Mexico, where there's just like fucking gangs hanging out in the mountains and in the favelas and stuff. So yeah, I know I'm kind of nerding out here, but geography has a lot to do with the like major cartels like hiding out and like at the top of hills and shit. That's why even Rio is like they have to do major operations because Paraguay's like flat, and so all the the biggest issues in Paraguay are going to be on the Brazilian border. Like that's where all the trafficking happens. That's where a lot of the like human trafficking, but also drug stuff. But Asuncion is very odd for how safe it is, and even for tourists and stuff. And kind of like we were saying before too, that Paraguayos don't like to see like Paraguayos might like gringo price you, but they would not like to see like something bad happen to an American. Like that would not be celebrated here.
Yeah, same thing in Mexico, bro. Like we don't like bad shit happening, bro. Like Mexicans took a stand. Like that's why Tulum is suffering right now because like look at all the they take advantage of tourists and they also took advantage of locals. So like everybody stopped going to Tulum, Mexico, because of that shit. Now I think they were charging $20 for the beach access, and people were just pissed off and shit, dude. And yeah, for the president came out like I don't like the president anyways, but they took away that, bro. But it's like up to people to like take a stand and say shit. Now it was mostly like the locals, Mexicans, but also the tourists were saying like, we got tired of the corrupt police pulling us over, giving us fines, like extorting us, the taxis extorting us, like just everybody everywhere you turn in Tulum is an extortion shit, bro. And so like now like everybody's like all the people in Tulum are complaining, the locals and the restaurants and the hotels, like bro, y'all be pretending like this is Dubai, man. Because I first went to Tulum 2016. I was one of the first ones to go over there when there was nobody there, bro. Like no tourism. It was just a small town. It was magical, and it still is magical. But like, I think the greed took over in Tulum, but now it's like falling back because people stopped going, and so now like, oh shit, like they thought they even built an airport, and now even the airlines are stopping flights over there because nobody wants to go because it's overpriced, bro. And so no, this is the power of the consumer, bro. We have the ability to change the market. Tulum's a perfect example of what people can do if gringos stop going to a place and even locals and shit, So Tulum changed and shit. They took away a lot of the bullshit there. Well, I haven't been there recently, but but I'm just using that as an example what happened in Mexico in the last like few months. Like it made like real big news and shit. People probably don't know and shit, but ain't part of why like the rich South America. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him. Is it? It is.
The rich? No, I mean, Asuncion is becoming better. Like, I mean, it looks nice and but then again, Asuncion's a major metro area, so when I'm talking about that, I mean mostly like the expat bubble, but there's not like starving people here either. Yeah, people do struggle. Like I know for a fact, I got my family here. And so, like, I get that, but it's not like other countries where, there's just people are really hurting bad and there's just crime everywhere. No, it's not like that. But yeah, as far as the as like being rich, I don't really know. I mean, there's a lot of investment. There's buildings going up everywhere, yes, but like for locals, like I think he's referring to Uruguay. A lot of people confuse Uruguay is kind of like they say Uruguay is the Switzerland of South America.
Oh, I didn't know that, bro. Damn.
Yeah. So I think he might be confused, but Paraguay, it's gonna take a good decade or two to get there.
You know what? But that's the thing. When it comes to South America, bro, like I think Brazil's like super friendly towards foreigners, like super hospitable, like the most hospitable country I've been to out over 30. And shit, people always invite me to their house. They'll be like, "Oh, you can stay here." Like, I don't know. Does Paraguay have that hospitality as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's kind of this part of the world. Yeah, and I mean even Argentina, like the northern Argentina, that's on the border. This whole part of the world is super tranquilo, like even more tranquilo than like the northern part of South America. To where you're just like, I mean, it's so shocking, especially to us Americans who we just have such a low level of trust nowadays. But yeah. So there's, yeah, that's super true here as well.
Yeah, that's good, man. I've never met any Paraguayans now that I think about it. Or maybe I have, but I met a girl from Uruguay in Mexico. She was like really super nice, bro. Super nice, bro. Beautiful too. She's really good looking. But I know like there's a place that I do want to visit though. You know what? Like I was gonna tell you, what's the relationship between y'all and the Argentinians, bro? Because I know the Argentinians are some cocky ass people, bro. Like, they're in Mexico. They hate us Mexicans, bro. This is like, I'm not crashing out again, guys. When I tell you they hate us Mexicans, they fucking hate us, bro. And shit,
I
they're all
know.
reply, they comment, like they look at us like we ain't shit, bro. But it's cool, bro. Like they're still in our country, so whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny you say that because, yeah, I mean, that's actually something that was like a unique bond between Paraguay and Mexico is that like Argentinos hate us both.
Okay, they hate y'all too. I didn't know that, bro. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
ask you, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least, so yeah, and I mean, even me and my sister went across the border, and yeah, I mean, they're just like assholes from the border, like, but mostly anybody in power, like right across the border, like they're really like, super tranquilo, like the people are, but like if you get people that are obviously from Buenos Aires or something like that, like yeah, they think they're the shit,
Yeah,
and
bro. I could tell you the people from Cordoba as well are super like racist though too and shit, bro. Cordoba and fucking Buenos Aires, bro.
oh, okay,
I
well,
think that was the only time I've ever been treated like shit by women. The Argentinian women, dude, like straight up, dog. I bought like 2 of them a beer, and Mexico,
oh
bro,
really?
oh, bro, it just looked at me like I was a fucking cockroach, bro. I was like, Jesus, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
god! But I want to go this year to Argentina. Like I think after Brazil, after 2 months, I want to go over there for 2 weeks just to check it out. I want to do a week in Buenos Aires and then a week in Cordoba and shit, dude. But one of my boys was there. He's Puerto Rican. He was telling me when he was playing reggaeton, the Argentinians were like, I don't know, he was Buenos Aires, but he said they were angry at him for playing reggaeton and shit. Like he was just saying they hate fucking some of the aspects of Latin America. That's what he was telling. I think he stayed a whole month in Argentina, bro. So yeah.
That's because they have a they have a really super well known fucking reggaeton artist, so maybe it's starting to change. But fuck is his name? Dookie or some shit like that. I don't know.
I don't know. And shit. Oh man, I don't know, dude. I just think Argentinians, like the women are beautiful though, super beautiful. Like I seen, especially the ones from Cordoba are some of the best looking ones in Argentina, better than Buenos Aires. Because like every time I ever saw like an attractive woman in Mexico that was from Argentina, there's always like I will say like out of 10 women, at least like 7 of them are from Cordoba. They're very beautiful, man. Super beautiful, man. But like I said, they don't fuck with us at all, dog. Well, not with me, bro. Like another Mexicans, like man, bro. It's rough, bro. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's weird because they're there and like they get work and they get jobs and like they treat it with respect and dignity, bro. Like, but I'm just telling myself like, damn, dude, these people are not like they're so like unappreciated, bro. Like Mexicans don't have to tolerate that shit. Well, now a lot of Mexicans are starting to like turn their back on them because like I think an incident happened like a few months ago. This Argentina girl went viral, bro, for like spitting in some security officer's face, something like that. And like she had to go to court, and when she was walking out of the court for the incident, like all the Mexicans were throwing water at her. And I'm like, bro, like she was calling the Mexican like Indian, you ain't shit. And like the Mexicans like, bro, you don't like the people in our country, like you could just get on the plane and that's the thing with that's our issue with us Mexicans, bro. Like I was born in the States though, but I'm just saying like from the Mexican thought perspective, it's like, bro, your country is so great and you're so superior. You're like you have this like beautiful skin and like you're fucking European, whatever the fuck they think they are. You could always go back to Argentina, but they talk a lot of shit about us, yet they're still in our country, like taking jobs and like I don't know, it's just so weird. They think they're the shit, yet they're working like the most shittiest jobs in Mexico. They're working as mostly like, how would you say, handyman and hotels and stuff like that. Like they're working as servers, bartenders. Not that there's nothing wrong with that. They're working at hostels and stuff like that. Like they're working like the low tier jobs, and even like that, they still think they're the shit, man. They have like this. Yeah, you could meet a guy that's cleaning shit or the toilets at a hostel, and he has this attitude like I'm better than you. I'm like, really, bro? Like,
well, that's the thing is because like Mexico and Paraguay were super mestizo, so they look at us like we're like dirty indios or whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? I sent a video to one of your boys that's over there in Paraguay. He's looking to get his residency. I forget his name. God, I'm so bad at
Aaron, the hair.
Yeah, Aaron Ferris.
Yeah.
And so I sent him I sent him something of Argentina the other day, and like he was looking at the comments. Like, bro, look at the comments, bro. That shit's hilarious, bro. Like even the Europeans were talking shit about them. Like, bro, they're not Europeans. They want to be like Argentinians or want to be Europeans, bro. Like for real, bro. Like these people really think they're. And then when I heard like there's a guy that was on the comments saying like when they go to Spain, they even try to treat the Europeans like shit. I'm like, really, bro? I never met them in Europe, but I was like, damn, dude. That's fucked up, bro. Like, how can you go to Spain and think like you're better than the Spaniards, bro? Like, that's diabolical, bro.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing too. I mean, it goes all the way back to their history too, because this region was the Rio de Plata, and like it was kind of the default like capital, like basically like the new Spain, when the country started getting independence and stuff.
Oh.
And they always just kind of thought they're the shit of like this whole region of the world, and they're always beefing with Brazil. But like Uruguay, for example, like they have a pretty damn sort of kind of a similar history to Argentinos, but they're not. They don't have
the cockiness, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that cockiness. Number one, they're a smaller country, but number two, they've been bullied historically, just like Paraguay. So they don't. And they don't continue that shit. But if you've always been the powerhouse, kind of like America, like you have this exceptionalism like built up in you, even though it's not real. Like you're saying, like their economy is fucking bullshit, and like like a lot of, and actually what always used to happen is Paraguayos would always go to Argentina to get jobs, but since their economy is so fucked up the last 30 plus years, now there's actually so much reverse immigration. So there's Argentinos trying to like fucking come to Paraguay, and like because the Paraguayan Guarani is very much more stable.
Yeah, they did the same thing in Mexico, bro. You know that the president of Argentina came out like a year ago, and he's like, "Oh, Mexicans have small dicks." I'm like, bro, how the hell would you know that? I know there's a video. Go look it up on YouTube. You think I'm lying? He's like, look, they have real small. And like everybody was laughing. I was like, bro, if I'm the Mexican president, fool, I just say, you know what, you motherfuckers, bro. And shit, all your visas are suspended. Get the fuck out. No, I really would kick them out, bro. Fuck y'all niggas, bro. And shit, y'all so fucking superior in your color and your skin and all that. Great for job. Go to Europe, man. I know a lot of Mexicans don't want them there. I kind of feel like, some of the same way that the Colombians feel in Medellin about foreigners and shit, they kind of do have a right to feel like that. Some foreigners are doing stupid shit. But I think the foreigners that do dumb shit in Medellin don't really like treat the Colombians like shit. Like they don't like degrade them or like, you're underneath me type of shit. And that's the thing. The Argentinians, when they're in Mexico, they look at you like you're a cockroach, bro. In your own country, you're like, what? Like, bro, like really, bro? Like you're over here working as a damn waiter. You think you're better than me? It's like, man, dude. So let me see what this guy says. I went to Argentina back in October for a few days. Met this Argentinian chick at this club pro. And all the countries she's ever visited was like 6 or 7 European countries, no Latin ones. Oh, I don't know. They usually go to the Latin. But the Argentinians go to Mexico to hook up with Europeans, bro. They go crazy for those Europeans, bro. And I've noticed that, bro. They go crazy for them, dog. They're like really obsessed. Like, if you ever want to get an Argentina mad, if they ask you where you're from, just tell them you're from the Malvinas. That's the island that the British have. That the Argentinians cry about, like it's our island, even though no Argentina has ever lived there, and it's history.
Oh, the Falklands, right?
Yeah, the Falk, but they call it the Malvinas.
Oh yeah.
So you ever meet an Argentina guys to the chat, and they tell you an Argentina girl, you want to score some brownie points, tell her you're from the Malvinas. I did that, by the way, and that girl flipped her shit. It's like, what? It's ours. And bro, these women can't even point to the fucking map where that island's at, bro. Nobody. I think only the people that live there can know where the damn island's at on the map, bro. And shit. But anyways, though, that girl was just like flipping her shit. She's like, yeah, it's ours. She asked me where I was from. I mean, she knows that I'm Mexican, you know what I'm saying? The accent, whatever. But I was just doing the fuck with her. I was like, oh, I'm from the Malvinas. It's ours. I was looking at a comment. I was actually watching a documentary about the Falkland Wars like a week ago, and I was looking at the comments of all the Argentinians, like, oh, they won because we didn't have good soldiers. Like, bro, come on, bro. Y'all numbered the British 5-1. You had the fucking high ground and shit, bro. They literally, you know how they won that war? The British general bluffed them and took them unknown and said, like, if y'all don't surrender, we're going to just blow up the town, and any civilian casualties, we're going to blame it on y'all. And they surrendered, bro, after only a few days fighting. And shit, Yeah, bro, they surrendered for like they still had more soldiers, they still had ammunition. It's not like they're out of ammunition. And I could be like, all right, well, there's no more like bullets to fight or whatever, and shit. I could get it, fool. But a lot of those guys are just kind of like, they threw their hands up and shit. Fool. They're like, nah, we're good, fool. Like, but and not only that, but you watch the documentary, like the Argentinians were happy that they took the island and all. Like, come on, bro, that's just dumb shit, bro. No Argentinian even lives there, bro. What are they? That goes to show like the arrogance that they have. Well, they care about an island that's never theirs. A lot of Latinos dream about going to Europe. Yeah, fool, they have like a colonial mindset. I've seen it, bro.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, man, I don't know. Like me personally, like I'd rather go to Brazil, even though I don't even speak Portuguese. But I'd rather go to Brazil over Argentina, with the exception of just across the border, because it's still pretty damn similar to Paraguay. But
Mm.
yeah, man, like I don't. I mean, yeah, like it'd be cool for my channel for purposes to go to Buenos Aires, some restaurants and shit. But like,
That's what I
know.
want to do. I'm gonna try to the steakhouses, bro. When I go, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna try to make friends, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm to be fair, I am cool with some Argentinians, bro. I'm not saying they're all like that.
Oh
I do
yeah,
have
yeah.
some Argentina friends, bro, but there's a lot of them that they ain't shit, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. They ain't shit, bro. But I do plan to go to Buenos Aires again if Argentina goes to the final for the World Cup. I would like to film over there, and it'll be like badass to see like Argentina win it again. I wouldn't mind going to Argentina twice this year. Like if they go to the final and I'm in Mexico, I'll buy. They have a direct flight from Mexico City, and I'll just go from Mexico City to Buenos Aires to go see the final over there and shit. You feel me? I do have that plan if they go. I hope another country.
Yeah.
And if Colombia did go to the final, I would definitely haul ass to Colombia as well.
Where are you currently at?
Right now, I'm in the States, bro. I've been here for like almost 8 months. I haven't traveled. I got saved up my money because I had to pay some student loans off, and I stacked up my money so I started traveling. But the good thing is that I paid off my rent in Brazil already for 2 months straight. So when I get over there, all the money I have now is like free money. I don't have to worry about paying for rent or even food. I stacked up my paper good this time. So when I go, I'm not gonna be on no damn budget, bro. Thank God for that and shit, bro. But get back to the topic. We don't care. Yeah, bro. Let me get back to the topic because I my bad. I'm talking about fucking Argentinas and shit. Like the two most arrogant cultures in South America, Venezuela. Yeah, you know what? That is true, bro. That is true, bro. The damn the fucking but the Venezuelans are bad fucking women, but they ain't shit, bro. Those women ain't shit, bro. And they're just they're just like the Colombians, bro. They're twins, bro. Those women, as a matter of fact, one of the girls I saw my stories on What's Up, she has like a dude, and I was like, damn, this girl was hitting me up last month talking about when I'm gonna come back. But yeah, let's get back to the topic. He's like, no, but I think Paraguay is gonna be safe, bro, because like when you think about it, people like Floyd or Austin ain't never gonna really go over there because I think when you go to a country like Paraguay, I've never been there, but I'm pretty sure from when you're making it soon, the women have their shit together. Like they're not gonna be impressed because you have U.S. dollars, bro. Same thing in Mexico, especially Guadalajara is like rich zone. You might not know this, but it's like an area that has a lot of money, especially Zapopan area, bro. Women that have cars, that have careers, that come from well-off families. So when Redbeard went over there and he didn't have success, I wasn't surprised. Actually, I wasn't surprised. I think maybe he came out as arrogant. You never know. Like I just don't know and shit. But he said like he would get girls' numbers and they would ghost them, and I kind of find it hard to believe that he went through a bunch of girls and he didn't have like a luck and shit. Maybe it has to do with his personality. I don't know. But I just think though guys like that have a platform, if they keep idiots from going to Guadalajara or even Paraguay, I think it's at the end of the day is a good thing for us because do we really want to see a Floyd? No.
Yeah.
No. Hell no. Hell no. I know you don't want to see him in your city. Hell no, bro.
Nah, dude. Nah, I mean, yeah, hell no. But I mean, yeah, I mean, most people get bored of Paraguay and they don't have patience for our women, at least a decent woman. I mean, that's most guys kryptonite is patience. Right, so I totally get that, but yeah, no, they get bored here, bro. I mean, we don't have an ocean, we don't have like crazy mountains either, so you gotta really want to be here. Now, we do have good cost of living, You know, so like, you know, if you go on my channel, you guys can see, you know, I live in a house, right, built up to the year, um, pay about 400 now, or I guess where the dollar is at, and so like you can live super well here, you know, with not a lot of money, but you know that a lot of guys think with the wrong head, man. So they're not really thinking longevity. They just want, you know, go to the places where you know is just the most fun. But Paraguay is great though if you want longevity, and honestly here too, like our cedula, and you probably know this for going to Colombia and stuff. Like you can drive anywhere in South America, so you know, like me, I have my cedula, so I can go to Brazil no problem, like, across the border and all that stuff. I think you can even stay for what is it, like 6 months, and even you can even work in other countries in the Mercosur.
That's
So it's
nice, bro.
super cool to have that because it's almost like I mean, it's a land passport basically at that point. Um, you know, so like yeah, a lot of people use Paraguay as home base, but like you know, it's just a 2 hour flight, like a $200 flight to like Santiago, Chile, to Sao Paulo or Rio or Buenos Aires or Montevideo. So it's a super strategic place in that regard. And you know, a lot of people do get bored here, so you know, but I mean, for people who want to live well and you know, and save money and stuff, like this is the spot, you know, and stay safe.
So New England Patriot says, does Paraguay have good public transportation and foreign cuisine?
Foreign cuisine, eh, to be honest, nah, not really. I mean, it's starting to happen, but it's not going to be like other capital cities in South America that have like endless options from all over the world. Mostly it's going to be regional, like churrasquerias here are Brazilian steakhouses. Those are excellent. It's very similar to what's here anyways, but yeah, as far as like exotic Asian foods or Middle Eastern foods, not really.
Bro, when I
Only
was watching your review for that shit was funny. Dude, like, what did Ray Bear say? He's like, I could. What did does he call himself like an 8 or a 9? What number does he put himself? I keep forgetting, bro. Like,
I don't even know. I didn't even.
he's like, I'm like an 8, and these guys are like, and I'm like, bro, but that's, bro. I mean, that goes to show you he doesn't know shit about women because, like, bro, you have to realize that there's guys out there that are broke as hell, and they could get a girl that's very attractive and has money and shit. But like, just some women just need a little bit of attention. Be like us Mexicans that worked in the tourist zones like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, those zones right there or whatever, do like I have friends that are like just like bartenders and shit for that. They don't make more than $400 a month, and like they're pulling girls that are like professionals in the States, bro. And shit, dude. Now I guess you're obviously talking about local women, but even then, dude, like I think you can never compare yourself to the local man because they know, you know, what it takes to get a woman over there. Well, most of them do, right? So I think with him is like I think he feels like because he goes here and he's white that you know everybody should like you know kiss his ass. But it's weird because like usually Latin women do go for white guys even if they're scrub. I'm not saying he's a scrub, right? But I'm just saying like I seen him go for like even the brokest backpacker you ever see with flip flops, right? So I kind of find it hard to believe that he didn't have luck in Guadalajara or even in Paraguay for like. So I think maybe it had something to do with his personality, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean that's true, and a lot of guys don't understand too that like Paraguayos, uh, we value humor, you know, like
Yeah.
to a serious degree. So, like if you're already awkward or something like that, and then you don't even know how to joke around in English, let alone Spanish, let alone and know any cultural references or you know you're not reading the room well. Well, nobody gives a fuck, and you know she's gonna be bored as hell. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. And I mean, bro, if we're gonna be honest here, man, like you know, Casey Redbeard's no looker. I mean, I'm average myself. I have self awareness to know that I'm average, but like, you know, I mean, if he's really saying he's an 8 in Latin America, I'm like, bro, like so a lot of people. Okay, so like I have a cousin on the national team here, right? Like 6 foot, handsome, multimillionaire, well known. He plays in Argentina right now. I'm like, bro, you don't even understand. Like, you're not to the level of some people here in society, you know.
Mm.
And you know, hypergamy is everywhere, man. So, you know, if you think just because you're white and tall, you're gonna like you're at the top of society. No, you're not, dude. I know real people who are at the top of society here, And just because what you have a YouTube channel, you're tall, white, nah, bro. That doesn't cut it. You know.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Like it's just one of those things, dude. Do you do any like traveling in South America, or do you stay put over there in Paraguay?
I'm going to Panama in the
Right.
3 weeks to meet up with my family in the States. But yeah, no, this year I want to get to Brazil a little bit more, and maybe Argentina. Not to Buenos Aires, but and then also hit the tri border. But no, I'm not too big in traveling, to
I'm
be
gonna just
honest.
hit this.
I
I'm gonna
will.
just hit the steakhouses in Argentina though. Like I'm not even gonna try to make friends there, bro. I'm just like, bro, fuck.
Yeah,
Check
yeah,
it
well,
out for a weekend and then do Cordoba for a week, and then I want to give you guys mark. Obviously, that's you're never gonna give a good review on only 2 weeks, but I could just give you like what my thoughts were. I'll say that I can't give you like a complete review because you need to stay in the country for months, but I could give you like what I thought for the first 2 weeks, bro. Man, I just get like the feeling I'm gonna get shitted on, bro. Like I've been shitted on in Mexico by the Argentinians, bro. So that's why I'm like, bro, I imagine in fucking Argentina how they're gonna be, but I could be wrong. I could meet some cool Argentinians and shit. I'll do cold approaches too. I never do cold approaches anyways, but I'll do it just because I want to see how like the reaction when I tell them I'm Mexican. Bro, I'm actually doing it. I'm doing cold approaches in Argentina, guys, because I just want to see their reactions. I'm not even in the hopes of getting a number because, like, man, dude, I just want to see how they're gonna be more ruthless in that country than they were in Mexico. For like, I just like I want to do that. I have like the glasses, the meta glasses. I'm like, man, maybe I should film, but if I was to film that, I wouldn't put it on my channel. I'm not gonna fucking shit on people like that, right? But I
yeah,
just like I kind of want to like just get like a reactions of somebody. Maybe somebody would be really nice to me and shit, you know. And maybe I could ask the person, like, hey, I have like I'm filming everything on the glasses. Do I have your permission to like use the footage? And she says yes, and it'll be a good thing for me, guys. Or she could just tell me to go fuck myself, right? Like you never know. Like, like why you got a hidden camera? No, but I got the hidden camera on the meta glasses for safety reasons because when I've done filming, like in Brazil, especially Brazil, like I've always felt like I make myself a target with the camera. So I don't want to do that no more. Obviously, with the Pocket 3, the graphics is amazing. And with the Meta, the new ones, it comes out good still. But I just like for safety reasons, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make myself seem like a target, bro. I think it was Kurt Kaz I was filming in the parade in Rio, and one of the girls even told him, like, be careful, they're gonna end up robbing you. This is real. And that's exactly what I mean by that, guys. I don't want to be a dumbass with my Pocket 3. Look at me, I'm a dumb gringo. And people like, try to pickpocket me and shit like that. Same thing in other countries as well, like Colombia. Like I could walk a little bit more and more ease and shit for when I have to like have a camera, like So I think it's good for like safety issues, man. I think it's dangerous, guys, because these places are like really dangerous, man. Brazil, man, it's no joke, man. People get robbed there all the time, man. Especially in the daylight, they don't give a shit over there, man.
no, they don't. And their favelas are just endless too. So they rob you in the tourist section, they just get lost back in the favelas again.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know if I told you a story. I know some of my audience might have heard it, but like there's like I think last year when I went to Brazil, there was a guy I saw at a hostel, and he was telling me like there was 3 British guys, and they took a taxi somewhere. I think they were going back to the hostel, something like that, or maybe not. But the guy when it came time to pay, the guy was like he swiped the credit card or the debit card, whatever it was, and he took like $300 out, and the fare was supposed to be like $20, something like that. And so the guy had like a notification. Dude, thank God he had notification. Some people don't have service, but he had like the chip, so he got notified right away. He's like, "Why did you take $300?" The taxi driver literally took the keys out of his car in the middle of the road and ran into the favelas, guys. The police can't go in there, so like, what are the guys gonna do, right? They just left or whatever, But I would have broke his fucking windows. I don't give a shit, bro. Like, you're gonna come back and your car's gonna be fucked up. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, that's just me, bro. And shit.
Yeah.
But that's the shit, man. Actually, there's like 2 people that got robbed that same night. That was 3 guys, and then the girl was there crying and asked her what she was crying. She was Argentinian, by the way. And like she said that she called an Uber taxi, but like the motor ones, not the regular cars. And so she got on I don't know what happened that she felt like she had to get on that motor taxi. I guess she thought it was that one. And the guy turned around and he like started like hitting her and took her purse, bro. He ran off with her purse and her cell phone. I remember seeing her. She was on the ground crying. So I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "No, they stole my cell phone." And she told me what happened in Spanish. Like shit. So in that one, that 10-minute period that I got to the hostel, 2 people had been robbed. And so yeah,
Damn.
man, it's if you not careful in Brazil, bro, you could get got, man, for sure, dude.
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure. Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But I want to end this live, bro. But I appreciate you jumping on and giving your knowledge about a wife. Who I think is good. I'll have to go there one of these days, and I might stop by because, like I said, I'm thinking of Argentina after Brazil. What did this guy said? And she still treated Ulysses like they're nah, bro. She was crying. I just left her alone, bro. Like there's nothing I could do for her, you know. Like I just feel bad for her. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, but I don't do nothing with girls like when they get robbed. Well, the last time I tried to help a girl out was in Europe like 6 years ago. They stole her cell phone in Budapest. And I remember I was like, hey, dude, like if you have any like credit cards attached to your cell phone or emails, like go on the computer right now in the hostel and then just like, log yourself out of that cell phone. Because on Google's, I don't know, this, you could get the cell phone out of your account. And especially if it gets hacked, you could prevent it from somebody like going into your shit. That girl started flipping out on me, man. Hey, why would you tell me that? Like, why would I not? I was like, I'm doing you a favor, girl. Like, if you got money on there, like, it's time to, protect your assets, And
Yeah.
she started going crazy, bro. I was like, bro, never again. I don't get in. I was like, nah, I'm just say I'm sorry, and that's it, bro. Nah, bro. Sometimes you can't be the hero, man. You just gotta let nature take its course, man. Yeah, that girl's really started freaking out, bro. I was like, nah, bro, I'm never doing that shit again. And I seen girls get their cell phones robbed. I don't say shit. I was like, if you know, if you don't, that's tough shit, man. And shit. But anyways, bro, if I go over there, I'll hit you up there. Maybe we can link up or you can do a collab over there in person,
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
I'm thinking about doing Argentina, dude. But if it's really whack, I might just pop over there to Uruguay and then Paraguay as well. I have a homegirl I met in Mexico a few years ago. I became really cool with her, so I might do Argentina for 2 weeks and then go to Uruguay for a couple of days, like a weekend, and then from there take off to Paraguay, and then from there maybe go back to Mexico or maybe Brazil and then Mexico or something. But yeah, I'll hit you up though, dude, for sure. I got your YouTube channel and everything. So
okay, yeah, let me know, man.
All right, bro. Thanks for hopping on, bro, and anybody else. And hopefully this nonsense stops. I hope that people stop giving these guys a platform because it makes us all look like shit. Doesn't matter our race, our religion, our skin color. Like they all put us you already saw the Colombian guy talking shit and shit. So he put us all in one category, right? Like damn well knowing that it's just I'm not gonna say a few. You do got some jackasses doing dumb shit in Medellin, but he knows damn well that most Americans that are over there are just on some cool shit, bro. But anyways, guys, y'all have a good night. Happy New Year's and be blessed.
For sure. Happy New Year's, y'all.